Well, here we are. It's the final day of the group stages, the final afternoon. It all comes down to this in Group B. Live from the Oman Cricket Academy, Turf 2. It's the hosts Oman who will be taking on Kuwait in very nearly a winner-takes-all clash, depending upon what happens across from us on Turf 1, where the UAE will be taking on Cambodia. Andrew Leonard here with you, and a little while earlier, my colleague Pranav Mehta was out with the two captains for the toss. Let's go and see what happened.
The final league match. On my left, it is the captain of the home side, Zishan Maqsood, the smiling assassin. On his left is Mohammad Aslam, the captain of Kuwait. And Shahid Salim, the match referee, is along with us as well. Home side, captain, please. Heads is the call. It is. Just on the side.
Yeah, today Shahrukh not playing. Instead of that, we are coming. Ilyas Ahmad will play.
Oh, thank you, Aslam.
Thank you very much.
Zishan, toss not on your side. Any changes in the side?
Yeah, there was two changes. Akib is back and Shakil is playing. Mehran and Kalimullah are not playing today.
What is the total on your mind?
I think this is a small ground and outfield is good. So I think if we scored 180 plus runs, that will be okay.
Great. Good luck for the game.
Thank you.
The news from the center is Kuwait have won the toss and they're going to be bowling first.
So that's the news from the middle. Kuwait's captain, Mohammad Aslam, he has won the toss, chosen to have a bowl first. We do have changes. We'll bring those to you in a moment. We just don't actually have our team sheets here just yet. But keep your eyes on the man. Second from the bottom on the left, Akib Ilyas back into the team. That's a big boost for them. And Shakil Ahmed comes back into the side too. So two changes for Oman. We'll check on the changes for Kuwait in just a moment. But keep your eyes on Bilal Khan, fresh to becoming the first associate bowler to 100 T20I wickets, the third fastest in history, joint fastest seam bowler, a real star. For Kuwait, they've been good. They could well have won all three games coming into here. They will need to win this afternoon to keep their hopes alive. There are some net run rate calculations too. We'll keep you posted on those in a few moments. So just a quick explanation. We'll keep this as simple as possible without getting into too much detail. That's points A, table A. So Nepal are through as first and Hong Kong, China through as second. And a quick explanation of Group B before we get ready for play. Quite simply, if you win, you should be through, but there are some net run rate permutations. For Oman, even though they've won all three, they'll probably need to win or keep a very tight margin of defeat, depending upon what the UAE do to the lowest ranked side in the competition, Cambodia. So going to be Kashyap Prajapati to get things underway with the bat, batting alongside his new opening partner, Mohammad Naseem Kushi, who's been promoted up the order in recent times with great effect. And Kuwait are going to open with spin, one of their stars of the show from their win over Bahrain. I think he was player of the match, if I remember correctly. Yassin Patel is going to take the ball. There's Mohammad Naseem Kushi. What a start he's at the top of the order. And we're all set for play. Andrew Leonard here with you. I've got Pranav Mehta from Oman alongside me. Pranav, massive game for Oman.
No two thoughts. They would love to qualify and they would love to qualify with a win. Yassin Patel, the left arm spinner for Kuwait. This is a good ploy by Kuwait, bringing spin early.
Be a single to start from the very first delivery, runs on the board. Good news is you've got a full 20 overs per side clash after what was a highly energetic 8 overs per side game that saw Saudi Arabia come close, but not quite enough. They've been really good this tournament. Probably look back on that Malaysia game, their defeat in the first group match, that ended up being the difference for them, and Hong Kong have snuck into the semi-finals.
Expected? Or wasn't it? Sweeps And the fine leg is not going to have any opportunity whatsoever. Loves to play his shots, Naseem Khushi. And he's just doing that. Very first delivery that he faces is gone to the boundary.
Well, it's going to be a multi-pronged attack, isn't it, from Oman's batters. Khushi's going to go at things at the top. Prajapati too. He was excellent in that big win over UAE. And then the interesting thing for me is going to be the order. You'd expect Aqib Ilyas to return to number 3, but Khalid Kale certainly made use of his first appearance in international cricket at number 3, scoring a rapid 50. So plenty of options for Duleep Mendes to consider. Zishan Maqsood as well. I think you'd expect Aqib Ilyas to go back to number 3, Maqsood at 4. But great to have Khalid Kale up their sleeves. He might bat at number 5 today. But Khushi at the top. I really like this move. A little reminiscent of Kevin O'Brien towards the end of his career. And a poor piece of fielding is going to cost a boundary. It's the skipper. Should have cut it off. Thought it was going to be a couple. But he can't quite get there. In fact, it's Ilyas Ahmed doing the fielding. Doesn't do enough.
That's the sign of a man in form. The latest of deft touch. Just wide of third. And it had enough. So back-to-back boundaries. What a way to get into the innings. 2 back-to-back boundaries for Naseem Khushi, and he's making things happen. Wonderful striker.
Yeah, this time it's clubbed into the offside. Khushi, a flying start, 3 consecutive boundaries. This is the dynamism, the aggression he brings at the top. Oman off to a flyer.
No chance whatsoever. Half tracker. Yet all the time in the world. And everything that is coming out of his bat is from the middle. The man in form is making things happen. And he's destructing this new kind of strategy from Kuwait to start with left arm spin.
Interesting they've opened with spin, isn't it? Deciding that, won't be an overthrow with the direct hit. Deciding not to go with one of their multiple seam options. No Parvinder Kumar today, though. He's been left out. Mohamed Amer also not in the 11. And no Shahrukh Kudus either. He was in good form against the UAE. I think that might be injury related. They're the 3 to miss out. I'm going to dash a quick single. Direct hit would have been interesting. Yasin Patel might have been better getting out of the way, but it's a flying start from Oman. 14 runs from the first over. Ilyas Ahmed, left arm seamer, will get things underway. 2 left arm bowlers in tandem to start with. Oman got better and better throughout this tournament. Is that fair to say? Peaking that performance against UAE a couple of days ago, exceptional. Here's his figures for the tournament so far. 1 wicket. A little bit of movement back in. Going to miss the leg stump. You been impressed with them?
They've got a lot of cricket in the later part of the season. Generally, the season finishes just prior to Ramadan. That is end of February, start of March. But this has continued. And that's probably that quality cricket that they have had of lately is the result of this.
Advances down the track, Khushi. Good to see a little bit of movement for Kuwait. That will encourage them. Thought it was a strange decision to open with spin, given We saw significant movement from Saudi Arabia in that second innings with the new ball. Ishtiaq Ahmed was outstanding, wasn't he? So there's assistance for the seamers because of that heavy overnight rain and the wind that we have swirling around the facility here.
Aslam was quick to mention that, there is a little bit of net run rate calculations in the equation, and that's where they would want to bowl first so that they have the scenarios right in front of them.
And already Seam is proving problems. ... And Cushy, you'll know him better than I do. He's the kind of player, after a couple of dots, a big shot tends to come, doesn't it?
It's coming. It's coming. It's a no-brainer. He wants it. He wants it from the middle of the bat. He wants it to be dispatched a long way. They do have a deep... They have a long on in place. They have a deep square leg as well.
Lovely movement, lovely shape back into the right-hander. Oh, a massive mix-up! He's gone! Cushy and Prajapati are staring and remonstrating with each other. The 3 dots built up the pressure. It wasn't a big shot, but it's the most calamitous run-out you could ever imagine. And Kuwait have the first.
That's poor. That's poor. Especially when you have the form on your side to get dismissed of a run-out. There was never a run there. And he was stranded halfway. No chance whatsoever. And it was a mere formality to complete. Yes, a few words exchanged between both the batters. And that's going to continue later in the evening as well as Naseem departs back. 13 of 9 deliveries for him. 14 for 1 Oman.
Well, look at this. Pranav, what has happened here? A complete calamity.
Yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, no. Resulting in both of them getting into an argument. Having a word. The man in form has departed back, but it brings in Aqib Sulheri. He's one of those prime star batters of Oman. 2 back-to-back man of the matches before he rested for a game due to injury. Trying to play a paddle. Hit on his thumb.
He's a class act, isn't he? And he's immediately into his work. Clipped into the leg side. Should be a couple. Yeah, gets home comfortably. The rejuvenation of Ilyas from that potentially career-threatening illness and injury. It's been one of the great stories of the associate game the last couple of years.
He's been patient. He was off the records for almost a year. Patiently fighting things, getting things right in his favour. And now that things are right in his favour, he's making it count. 2 back-to-back man of the match in a big tournament like this.
I tell you, that's a really good over from Ilyas Ahmed. He doesn't have the wicket next to his name, but he deserves it because really those dot balls built up the pressure and caused the complete confusion. End of the second. 17 for 1. Spinner's going to continue. Bit of a surprise for me. Would Aqib Ilyas rather face at this stage? A ball moving around and nipping about, or a left-arm spinner bowling with nice control to him?
You would love the left-arm spinner, especially with the way Yasin has bowled so far. Half-trackers. Once again, and half-tracker. This is bread and butter. Easy as you like. And the class of Maqsood and Ilyas is always going to be accumulating 4 runs brilliantly all along the ground.
Yeah, we'll just check that. I think it's Kashyap Prajapati who's guided that beautifully through extra cover. It was a short ball, wasn't a great one, I'd agree with you. I think it was because Ilyas had the single from the first ball. So yeah, Prajapati, good stroke. Fuller this time. You only probably get, what, 20, 30 minutes of assistance with the modern white ball in terms of movement. Surely it should be a seamer bowling. First over was expensive too from Yasin Patel. To win this game, it would be an upset for Kuwait, so they need to take wickets.
They need to make a comeback. They need to make a comeback here. Yes, they have the back of Naseem Kushi. This gone straight up. 2 fielders coming into it. 2 fielders coming into it, and he's held on to it. What a wonderful catch by Meet Bhausar. One of the incredible catches to hold on in the field of Oman Cricket Academy ground number 2. And it's come from the hands of Meet Bhausar.
Well, the brilliance of this catch is the communication. I thought we were going to have a horrible collision here because the extra cover fielder was running back. They easily could have collided, but he listened to his teammate. He trusted his teammate, and Bhausar, well, he's made that look easy. What a good catch. I think it was Sandrawan running back from extra cover, and the younger Bhausar says, call it off, I'll take it. Prajapati's gone for 5. Oman in all sorts of early trouble. They're 22 for 2. Zishan Maqsood. Such a brilliant captain he's been. Fine leader, fine player, fine all-rounder. He'll face up to the left-arm spin of Yasin Patel. Be a dot to close out, a wicket taking over. Good captaincy, Mohammad Aslam. He kept faith with his left-arm spinner. It's worked. All the 2s still on the board. 22 for 2. So, the left arm seamer will continue, Ilyas Ahmed. What's the approach here for these 2 now, Pranav?
I believe that these 2 will be looking to get to probably 100 in the 12th, 13th over. That 80-run partnership before they can unleash the power, the quality, the stroke making of Khalid Kail, maybe Rafiullah. And they do have a little bit of backup in terms of Ayan.
Well, now have a look at that. Maqsood and Ilyas. He's got the Oakleys on, the sunglasses. Nicely driven. Protection out at long off will keep it to a single. Is that something he does often? Don't see many batters batting in their sunglasses.
He's picked up a few things in the last couple of months. One of them is the sunglasses. One of them is the googly. He's worked on his googly. He's worked on his sunglasses. Does enjoy. And I've spoken to him once about it, and he says that when you can bat in the shade, why bat in the sun?
Well, I remember Chris Gale doing it. I can't think of many others. Are you watching at home? Let us know. Who do you remember batting in sunglasses? The helmet's on. The sunglasses are on. He looks awfully cool. Will it be effective?
Ilyas Ahmed, the left arm pacer.
He's the only one I can think of that I've seen doing it in a full international match. Universe boss himself, Christopher Henry Gale, is Maqsood and Ilyas saying, I'm the universe boss of the associate game. Is that what he's saying, Pranav?
He's incredible, isn't he? No two thoughts about it. The way he's been contributing to the growth of Oman cricket, the performance of Oman cricket at the world stage. It's a no-brainer. The classic Maqsood and Ilyas with the bat, with the ball, in the field, following the footsteps of his captain, Zishan Maqsood. With on off bottom edge into the hands of the keeper. Things not working in favour of Oman at the moment. But it is that duo, the captain and the vice captain, that is there in the middle. Maqsood and Ilyas, Zishan Maqsood.
Come on, if you're watching along at home, enjoying the action on the YouTube channel from the Asian Cricket Council, you might be watching on in Nepal. You might be wondering on Kantapur TV, HD Live, as to who Nepal are going to play in the semi-finals. Or in India, you'll be watching on Fan Code. Let us know. Who do you remember that you've seen batting in sunglasses? Use that hashtag ACC Premier Cup. Henry Gale, the only one that I can think of. The big man, Christopher Henry Gale himself. 4 have been bowled, 24 for 2. Well, there he is, the man we're talking about. We know he's a class act in terms of his all-round game. Bat, ball in the field. There he is. Looked like a beautiful pair of yellow Oakleys. Chris Gale's the only one I can remember. Looking forward to those messages coming in. Let us know. Yasin Patel. It's going to be continued with. Bowl a third. Oh, nicely bowled. Now, Pranav, I know Oman have all that power to come, the likes of Khalid Kale, and Rafiullah hits a big ball, doesn't he? Ayan Khan, no slouch himself. Would you be concerned if these two, as they sometimes can, if they take a little while to get going? A lot of dot balls since the 2 wickets have fallen.
To their credit, both these batters are brilliant stroke makers, and they can change the game in a matter of a couple of overs. And this is what you will get. When it is Zishan Maqsood in the middle, he can hit sixes at will, and that's exactly what he's doing here. Zishan Maqsood, one of the top all-rounders in the world, and that's for a reason. Zishan Maqsood has come to the party.
Yeah, good shot, hitting with the spin. Have to take advantage of the power play here. Lovely ball follow as well. Oh, yes, sir, through the sun, through the cornea of it. What a shot that was. That's my favourite vision of the week. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Zishan Maqsood and the camera team to boot. Well done out there, boys. I know it's hot work. Change in the field. Tossed up, and oh, he's had no control over that whatsoever. Fortunate to survive, Maqsood, this time.
He's eyeing that deep mid-wicket area, the vacant deep mid-wicket area. The fielder has just gone a squarer. He was looking to heave it just over that mid-wicket fielder. Maqsood and Ilyas.
Well, big appeal. It's this wrong-footed sweep shot that he's almost pioneering, really, isn't it? Gets nowhere near it. And Vinay Kumar Jha now decides, let's just have a look. We have the technology, why not? Don't mind that at all. Felt like on first viewing he got back.
This is a new shot that he's added to his armory, and it's working in his favour. Does generate a lot of power with that wrong-footed sweep. He's executed it to brilliance in the Namibia series.
You get a look from our mid-wicket camera here. Nothing wrong with the front foot at all. And what about... Yeah, I think he's safely back. The reason Vinay Kumar Jha will have wanted another look at that, he just saw that Maqsood and Ilyas got off balance. It's a very unnatural kind of stroke. I know he plays it effectively. But just there he was kind of stumbling, wasn't he? Clearly, for me, the front foot, he's not a left-hander, remember, the front foot is back in because he's switched his feet, isn't he? And the decision will be a green light and not out.
It's a green light. Andrew, in my opinion, the ball has been keeping low. It's evident with the changes as well. Oman has left out a pacer, brought in an extra spinner. Do you think spin will have a very important and crucial role to play in this game?
It's been an absolute run fest at this second ground. It's generally been a high-scoring tournament throughout, but particularly here, the second over, we've seen some really big scores. UAE posted their highest in their history, plundering a remarkable 235 against Bahrain. Even that 11 overs per side clash, Oman made 154 at this venue. That was their other game here on the second oval. Yeah, spin always plays an important part, but I think right now Kuwait are ahead of where they need to be. They'll be delighted with the 2 early wickets, and Oman taking a while to get going. It's 32 for 2. Final over the power play incoming. Ilyas to bowl his third consecutively. That is stand and deliver. Ilyas Akib, that is, against his namesake at his best. He gets to double figures. That's a really domineering front foot drive.
What a wonderful strike. Power, prowess, quality of Maqsood and Ilyas coming to display here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. It's a wonderful wicket to bat on, no two thoughts about it. And if these two can get going, any score is possible. What do you think is a good score? 160, 170?
Driven down the ground again, beats mid off. Think it's going to have the pace to get there for 4. Beats the sprawling drive 2. Ilyas now cashing in on the final over the fielding restrictions. Back-to-back boundaries.
Quality on offer from Maqsood and Ilyas. He's taken his time. And this is version 2.0 from Maqsood and Ilyas. Does like to take a watch. Get into the mix of things. And once he gets into the mix of things, he'll make things count. Quality on offer from Maqsood and Ilyas. If it was a square drive on this occasion, straight as an arrow.
Back live with you now. You can just see another mix-up. Oh, direct hit would have been gone. Oh, Kuwait. What an opportunity to run out maybe the most informed player in the associate game. Direct hit would have been gone. Maybe if the keeper could have picked it up cleanly, it still would have been out.
Trouble. Such was the state. A late call from the captain, and he was probably not in a lot of trouble. Yes, would have been very interesting with the direct hit. Maqsood and Ilyas, he's still there in the middle.
Well, the movement's gone out of the ball and it's been deposited into the waddy. Not for the first time. It's usually a dry waddy over there. Right now it's a wet one because of all that rain. New balls called for, the wrong line from Ilyas Ahmed. And Aqib Ilyas, what a shot.
When you can play shots like that, why do you need to be running for those risky singles? Need to learn a lesson. Especially from that of Naseem Khushi, who departed of a run out. Aqib Ilyas, such an elegant stroke maker. Everything that comes from the middle of the bat is going to travel and travel a long way.
There are going to be new balls called for because that is probably a wet ball now. There's a little waddy just in behind the second oval here, and that's gone miles. Just helped round the corner. You can often get away with 2 consecutively in the power play. 3 in a row, particularly when the ball stops to move, is not the right way to go. So 14 from just 4 balls.
Just when things weren't moving in way for Oman, Aqib has come to the party in the final over of the power play. 14 of this over. Ilyas has taken a part here.
Can't pierce the infield. Could have been another boundary. You can see it really is just 4 or 5 overs of movement. That's why I'm so surprised that despite it getting one of the 2 wickets, they've gone with 3 overs of spin in the power play. And also why they went for a 3rd consecutive from Ilyas Ahmed. Always easy to see these things from the sideline. But now Oman coming back into the contest. Big over this one.
Ilyas Ahmed, 5 runs of the first 2 overs. 14 of this one. Struck, well, they will go for a quick single. Direct hit could be very interesting. Could have been very, very interesting. End of the power play, 47 for 2, Oman.
Here's a look at the best of the power play. It was a flying start, wasn't it, from Naseem Khushi with 3 consecutive boundaries off the left arm spinner. Yassin Patel, 2 on the offside, 1 on the leg. And then, well, the most calamitous run out you could ever imagine. Ravija Sandarawan couldn't quite believe it. And the 2 batters argued more with each other than they did in terms of running between the wickets. Prajapati on a completely different wavelength. And then the second wicket to Yassin Patel that was very well held at long off. An excellent catch from the youngster Meet Bavsar. And Kuwait, well, they were ahead of the game at this point, but now Maqsood and the quality of Aqib Ilyas probably has it as honours even at the end of the power play. That will be signalled by umpire Shiju Sam. 6 have been bowled. It's 47 for 2. I'm going to see more spin. The little off breaks with that hint of Sunil Narayan's Sikandar Raza-esque mystery coming into the attack. Nimish Latif. Oman will be sitting a bit more comfortable now. Pranav, they were in big, big trouble early.
Not sure if they were sitting comfortable with that run out coming into the equation in the previous over. Started with the mix up on the last ball. A direct hit would have made it interesting. So running has not been spot on, but score making has continued to happen. Nimish looks like a decent bowler. Bowlers these days like to be called as a mystery bowler. Don't they? Trying to hide the ball, Nimish, before. That's exactly what he does. Sunil Narayan.
You were not able to bring you the replay of it, but the final ball of the power play, Ilyas would have been run out again. Just got to look back on the YouTube feed, the Asian Cricket Council team. You can enjoy all around the world, and that's twice in the over he could have been run out. Maqsood is not the quickest between the wickets. You just wonder, Is that something they need to keep their eyes on? The 50 comes up in the 7th over. These two, well, they've been there for so long now, haven't they? They've done it all together. They love batting together too.
The captain and the vice captain, Zishan Maqsood and Ilyas. They've played a lot of cricket together. Two elegant players, left and right hand combination. And the wrong leg sweep coming into equation once again. It impacted that hand, which was the trouble, the reason behind which he missed that match.
Yeah, given his leg buys remarkably, I thought it came off the glove quite clearly. But given his leg buys, half an appeal from Kuwait, who were just interested for a moment. And it's going to be a 5-run over, just 4 from the bat. It's 52 for 2. Okay, 7 gone here. We're at the second ground of the Oman Cricket Academy. The batter's just having a look at new equipment. Maqsood and Ilyas is looking for the bat. He's just had a change of bat. The 12th man runs off. A change of equipment. I think Maqsood and Ilyas and Zishan Maqsood might have had a change of gloves too. It's a very hot day, much hotter than it's been after the really strange rain for the last few days.
For the first time, the sun is out, and it's going to be out for the entire day. No clouds whatsoever.
More spin, going to be the leg breaks. They're very hard spun leg breaks too of Adnan Idris. Looks like Kuwait are really thinking it's spin to win.
Both the sides, both the sides. It'll be Mohammad Aslam who'll come sooner or later with his left arm spin as well. So both sides filling their teams up with spin.
This is clubbed down the ground, but there's good protection there, so just be a single. Yeah, if you're a young wrist spinner watching this on, a boy or a girl at home, keep your eyes on Adnan Idris here. One of the things he does really well, he gets good revs on the ball. You want to spin the ball as a wrist spinner.
Does he have the googly?
You'll see the wrong one as well. Coming at the back of the hand. I just like the way in which he really spins his leg break. That's the action in the background. Cambodia off to a very slow start, batting first against UAE. And also bowl these off breaks to the left-hander, which Zishan Maqsood's picked up nicely. Should be 2. That's not good running. That was Nepal in the morning game. That definitely would have been 2.
Different kind of players. They like to hit it downtown. And a run out being in the equation, especially that of the man in form, Naseem Koshi. They won't want to be, certainly they would want to be a little more cautious. Things haven't been great between both of these as well. Sweep into the equation, runs not an over.
The problem is there's been dots, isn't there? So that's kept the run rate hovering in and around 7 per over. That would track them for 140, 150. They'll want more than that. Oh, very good from Adnan Idris. Seeing more and more of this, aren't we? Bowlers bowling both. So they'll bowl the leg breaks to the right-hander, off breaks to the left-hander as right armers. Ilyas does it himself. Liam Livingston up at the top level too for England.
He'll be looking for a big one here. Zishan Maqsood, he's been quiet for a while. Have an eye on the slog sweep. That's his favourite area. Shot wide. This is brilliant bowling from Adnan. Just 3 runs of the over. 55 for 2 at the end of 8.
Okay, here's the Group B points table. It's the final afternoon of action. We're all going to have a well-needed rest day tomorrow, the first and only one in the tournament before the semi-finals. First in Group A, that's Nepal, will play second in Group B. Who's it going to be? Bahrain and Cambodia are out of the equation. It's all between these three sides. Oman and Kuwait, who you're watching playing with us, and then over on Turf Academy Ground 1, it's Cambodia taking on the UAE. They're in all sorts of trouble. They're 33 for 3, approaching the halfway stage of their first innings. Cambodia batting first. And you'd suspect that UAE will have done their homework in terms of net run rate. They'll need to chase that down as quickly as they can to be guaranteed a semi-final spot. And then the final question will be, can Kuwait beat Oman? In which case, can they do it quickly enough? It'll need to be with about an over to spare, something like that in the chase, to get past Oman's net run rate and have a three-way tie on 6 points each. Is that the scenario that could come to life?
It's a rare equation, isn't it? You've won 3 in a row and you're still in all sorts of trouble. Felt like an outside edge there. We'd love a replay of that. Almost felt as if it was an outside edge. Probably a chance on stumping as well. A late shuffle, probably an outside edge, and that's where the celebrations are going to be cut short.
Yeah, hard to tell from the replay that we have there. It was a little arm ball. And right now, Oman are going nowhere. They're going nowhere in a hurry. They're being tied in a tangle by 2 spinners. The mystery spin of Nimesh and the off breaks and leg breaks of Adnan Idris. They really need to start playing some shots.
It's a matter of time that one of these will cut loose. How much do they want to leave for the next 10 is the question. At the moment they're just around 6. And that's not going to be helping.
Last 5 overs, they've scored 31 runs. They're going at a shade over a run a ball. The current run rate's 6.3. They're leaving themselves a lot to do in the second half here. And finally, Maqsood breaks the shackles. That's more like it. Over-pitched and smashed away all the way for a maximum. How they needed that. It's still only 7 from the over. 9 have been bowled, 62 for 2.
In the arc of Maqsood, the pressure was building, the pressure was rising. Only a single of that over till there. And the final ball goes for a maximum. One of the areas that Zishan Maqsood loves, over covers. And that 6 has come to the rescue of Oman. Finally breaks the shackles.
So can that spark a bit of life for Oman? Maqsood gets his strike rate up above a run a ball. This reminds me a little bit of Maqsood and Ilyas' innings in the first game. He was player of the match in that one. That was against Bahrain. He made 62 off 53, but he only hit 4 boundaries in 53 balls. Has he got enough of this? Yes, he has. Much more like it. The maximum from the skipper has sparked something now for Maqsood and Ilyas. He gets his strike rate above 100. Back-to-back 6s.
You might be a nun and you might have a lot of revs, but you can't be bowling there irrespective of whoever the batsman is. And on this occasion it is Maqsood and Ilyas, the man in form, and he's going to be hitting that for a maximum 10 out of 10 times in his arc, in his zone, and this is bread and butter for Maqsood and Ilyas.
Yeah, certainly they've needed those 2 big ones, haven't they? They can finish out a strong over now. Let's say get to 75, 78 at the halfway stage. That gives you something to build on in the second half. Prior to those 2 maximums, they were really stuck in the mud, weren't they?
They need to keep going. They have 8 wickets in hand. They bat deep. A lot of batters in the tank. Short, cut. There is protection in the deep. And that'll just be a single. They need to target. Adnan can be one of those bowlers that they would look to target. He's bowling from the danger end, that end which leaks a lot of runs.
Now he's pumped this out towards Cow Corner. Can't quite get there. Just felt for a moment he was in the game. One bounce, Adnan Idris thought he had his man.
Once again, he was in the zone. He was in the arc. And he was looking for the big one there, Aqib Ilyas. Not quite able to get it from the middle of the bat. Meet Bowsar catering that area. Pulled well. There is once again protection in the deep. And it's going to be kept down to for a single only. 10 runs of the over so far. A ball to go. Can they get to the halfway mark in style?
This is picked up towards deep backward square. Who takes the catch? Ilyas just never looked comfortable today, did he? Never quite got in, and it's Syed Manib. We'll see him with the ball later. And just on the stroke of the drinks break, the halfway stage of the first innings, Oman have lost their star batter.
Can they get off to the halfway mark in style? Yes, they can, but it's going to be Kuwait. It was a half tracker. Aqib not able to clear it. And Manib will come into the picture. 72 for the loss of 3 as Aqib Ilyas walks for 34 of 32. It's time for drinks. Just when what we would have thought that things were going in favor of Oman with that partnership between Zishan Maqsood and Aqib Ilyas has departed. And in walks Khalid Kail to partner Zishan Maqsood. Nimish to continue. And the deft touch will allow Zishan to get off strike. Khalid Kail, the new batter. What a knock did he play against that match, in that match against UAE. 50 of the very final delivery of the innings. And he got it in style with a maximum. Look at that strike rate, 216. He's a stroke maker.
Yeah, I thought he played brilliantly at number 3. First time batting there for Oman. 5 6s, 2 4s. And this is going to be a big innings for him. He's got 10 overs to work with alongside the skipper. And a alongside Kashyap Prajapati, who's gone. He made 53. Nasim Kushi, 39. They scored so quickly against UAE. One with the best part of 3 overs to spare. And Maqsood is so important, isn't he? Misfield should allow the second. Oh dear, oh no. Well look, we've had so much rain, haven't we? We're going to have a boundary check here too. Outfield just a little slippy. And the big man, poor old Adnan Idris. Oh, he's got himself in a tangle.
Poor. First to let it go through. And then this is what happened. Slipping, sliding. And we hope he's fine there. Probably he's just touched the rope there. Would be a boundary.
Yeah, it's going to be 4. And it should have been a single. It's ended up costing 3. More importantly, let's hope he's all right. He's ended up doing the splits here, isn't he? It looks like a nasty one. He's back on his feet. He's okay. Credit to Adnan Idris. We had so much rain last night. I believe it was the best part of a year's average rain inside 48 hours across the Gulf. But Zishan Maqsood gets a nice bonus 3 runs.
Did you enjoy the rains? It was incredible.
Yeah, look, it reminded me a bit of home, won't lie. Obviously Ireland renowned for its rain. Very green country. That one's cut away beautifully. Pierces the gap. He was very effective in his first 11 balls. Now Nimesh, he's being picked up.
Shot, wide, and very easy for Zishan Maqsood. Just had to pierce that gap. And it was going 4 all the way. So runs continue to flow, even though Aqib has departed. And it's courtesy of Zishan Maqsood at the moment.
Quick update from across on ground 1. Cambodia in all sorts of trouble. 41 for 5. UAE looking good. Oh dear. Umpire's nearly clotheslined Nimesh here. Not sure why we're having a check as to what's going on. I think they just want to check that it's not the over up. We know it's not. There's been 5 balls thus far in it. A slight hold up in play here. Really not sure why. 2 standing umpires haven't really given them a proper shout. It's actually Shiju Sam as the TV umpire today. We heard from him a few moments ago with that boundary check. Abdul Jabbar and Vinay Kumar. And it's our reserve umpire Ahmed Shah Durrani from Afghanistan and our match referee Salim Shahid. You saw him at the toss. Really not sure what the hold-up is here, Pranav.
There's something that is being checked about. I believe it's the wind that is blowing.
Slug sweep. Now there's a man out there, but it splits the 2 of them. It'll just be a single again. That's not a great piece of running. Should have been 2, but maybe Maqsood happy to keep the strike. He's looking fluent. He's got to 29. It's 83 for 3. Adnan Idris into his 3rd over. Kept it really quite old school, haven't they, Kuwait? 2 openers bowled 3 overs each. Now the 2 spinners have bowled 3 each. They'll have to get a 5th bowler into the game soon, as that's really well played. Good innovation. Hitting with the spin. Reverse switch hit, whatever you want to call it. Gets 4.
This is what happens when you're over bowling a bowler. The batter is able to read him like a book. And a book that he controls at the moment. Casting his spell, Zishan Maqsood. He's controlled this innings, hasn't he? Wickets falling around him, still managing to take control.
Yeah, strike rate well up over 150. He just looked more fluent coming to the crease than Maqsood and Ilyas. So I don't know if it maybe a byproduct of that little injury, the niggle that he's had. But yeah, really, I can't remember the last T20 I saw where the first 12 overs have been bowled with only 2 bowling changes. The 2 openers, the 2 left armers bowled 3 apiece. Now Nimish Latif and Adnan Idrissa bowled 3 each. They're going to have to go to a 5th bowler, if not a 6th, reasonably soon. Still no signs of Mohammad Aslam, the skipper, or indeed Syed Manib, the quick. Maybe he'll be the one used at the death.
It'll be interesting to see when Khalid Kell gets going. He's been watchful. Cut wide. And good bit of fielding will keep it down to 1.
Yeah, Mohammad Aslam has bowled his full allocation in all 3 games so far. For him to do that, he'll have to come on and bowl either the 13th or the 14th. He needs to get on it quickly. Problem is, that will leave the skipper, bowls a lovely little sort of slingy left arm spin. It will leave him bowling one of the 2 death overs if they want him to bowl all 4. But Adnan's done a pretty good job as well. He's only gone for 21 in his 3. Projected scores still hovering around 150. They'll want a lot more than that with 7 wickets in hand. 91 for 3. Get a look at the bowling card if we can here. Pranav, what's the thinking right now from Kuwait?
They just wanted to get hold of this game, keep control of this game. And they have been able to control it for majority part of this first innings. Until and unless for the last few overs where Aqib cut loose, Zishan cut loose. Yes, they got the back of Aqib Ilyas, but Zishan has continued. And that's where the last 2-3 overs have been a little more expensive than what they would have liked for their liking. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Well, the captain, Mohammad Aslam, just came together with the keeper, Usman Ghani. They had a long chat. And they've ended up with the same bowler. So that means now, certainly Syed Manib and Mohammad Aslam can't bowl their allocation. He's not bowled badly, I'm not saying he has, but it's just, there's been so little changes from Kuwait.
I have an answer, and maybe that could be the thing. The lower order batting of Oman plays spin really well. The likes of Ayan Khan, Pratik Atavale, Rafiullah. That struck high up in the air. There's a fielder coming underneath it, and he is going to be holding on to that one. Yasin is the fielder. The captain is going to be departing back, Zishan Maqsood. He was looking to make things happen, and he was looking to accelerate, and that's where he is departed.
Well, whatever Kuwait's chat that they had, it's worked. Maybe it was, let's keep the ball turning away from Zishan Maqsood. We know he's going to play a big one. Big moment in the match this. The skipper of Oman, he's gone. Yasin Patel held his nerve out at long off. Wasn't easy, it never is when it goes that high on a windy, a blustery day. Maqsood's gone for a well-played 35, but it leaves Oman in a bit of trouble. It's 92 for 4.
Right then, Ayan Khan, look at the strike rate, 229. But runs are not there to support it. He's played a few cameos here. That's the reason for that strike rate.
He's going to need to be busy. One thing they will get with these two together now, they'll get more fluent and swift running between the wickets. So it's not about smashing boundaries from ball one here, but it's about getting ones and twos, getting the scoreboard ticking, and hopefully finding one boundary and over alongside it.
That is something that you get with Ayan Khan. He's always looking to be busy. He's always looking to rotate strike, runs hard between the wickets, tries to convert them to double, on occasions to triple as well. And a quick single will allow them to rotate. How important is that wicket, Andrew? Zishan Maqsood in the 13th over.
You look, it's massive. Maqsood, all his experience. So something that's always a challenge for Oman in the T20 game. I personally think they're a better ODI side than they are a T20 side. The reason why, outside of Naseem Kushi, nobody strikes at more than 130. One of those who've got at least a significant career record behind them at least. They face 200 balls or more in the T20I game. It's Kushi at 160, and then it's Maqsood and Ilyas 125, Maqsood 122. Everyone else is around 110. In the modern T20 game, that's not enough. Oman, make no mistake, they're in trouble here. It's 94 for 4 with 13 bowled. Two big overs, but outside of that, no double-digit ones, and certainly the 4 Ws that indicate those wickets, that is what has left Oman in trouble.
One thing that Oman will want to rework is, as you rightly pointed, is Naseem Kushi. When he strikes, Oman looks like a different side. It's exactly like when Bilal Khan picks up a wicket. In the power play, they are a different side. Inside out will allow them to get a couple to their name. But when Naseem Kushi fails, they don't have that striking power. Yes, they have the finishing power with Rafiullah and Khalid Khail. It's early days for him. So a lot of expectations go down to Khalid Khail as well. But apart from that, difficult, very, very difficult.
You can see here, there's no real intent to get boundaries. Pressure just building up in a big way. I know it's only been 8 balls, 7 balls. In fact, Khalid Khail's been out there. Ayan Khan, 1 off 3. Kuwait. Well, finally, the shackles are broken. Gets enough of it. Risky stroke because the wind is swirling around. I think Adnan thought he was in the game. Thought that he had the 5th. Slog swept, gets enough of it, and he's going to get 6. Oh, beautifully bowled. Good skills. Really good skills. It just dropped late on him. It's the problem. Look at the dots around the 6. Okay, the 6 is fantastic. Gets you ahead of the over. 2 dots either side of it. Now this has gone a long way up. Is this the chance for Adnan to get his first? It is, but it's put down. Oh, that should have been held. And it's going to be 2 runs to Khalid Khail. Adnan Idris, he's furious.
Should have been taken. Had to be taken. Especially, you need to realize that Khalid Khail is a devastating. He's an aggressive striker. And it was that confusion between Meath and Clinto. It was going to happen earlier in the innings as well.
Now long on in play. Well, it only cost them 2. And look at the celebrations. It's Yasin Patel. He could have held him a ball ago. This time he's gone. Kale's gone. Oman in real trouble. Credit to Adnan Idris. He's really deserved that wicket, hasn't he? And it comes from the final ball of his spell.
They would have been devastated with the drop catch, but they've held on to their nerves. And opportunities have been flowing consistently. And they've been holding on to that Kuwait. Catches have been taken. Khalid killed the parts. 15 of 11 for him. 104 for 5 Oman, and in a lot of trouble.
Well held. That long on. Yasin Patel to the crease. Pratik Atavel has yet to bat in this competition, and now he's in at number 7. We're going to see Mohammad Aslam come into the attack. And right now, Oman needs something special, either from Atavele, Ayan Khan, or Rafiala to come. So will he bowl overs 15, 17, 19? That could be it. He's not going to be able to bowl his allocation today. And surely Syed Muneeb's going to come into the game.
Mohammad Aslam, the captain. That'll be wide. That'll be a wide.
Yeah, just an appeal, an inquiry as to whether or not we could maybe talk them out of giving the wide. Atavale hasn't batted in this tournament. And all of a sudden you're asking a lot of a man who hasn't had a knock in over a week. Chance. Vinay Kumar Jha, unmoved, gets home. We'll have a look upstairs. I think Vinay Kumar Jha thinks he's home. Just wants to double check.
Brilliant, brilliant running. They were looking for 2 immediately as they struck. And Ayan is very, very quick. Although this feels like this is touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. Pretty close. And that's good. Good technique, Ayan Khan, stretching, full stretch.
So here's the fixed camera. And this is the key one. You can just see direct hit would have been gone without doubt, but that's the confirmation.
Needed to be quicker, the keeper. Easier said than done. Didn't do anything wrong there, but that's the pace of Ayan Khan. Really quick.
Not out the decision. We'll see the green light flash in front of the team. Really good use of the technology throughout this competition. Hasn't been used often at this kind of a level. And it's helped get even more decisions right. Scamper a single. The running between the wickets is, well, chalk and cheese, isn't it? When Zishan Maqsood is at the crease, these two are going to hustle and bustle and try and drive Oman up to 160, 170 they'd love. Here comes the man. 3 matches, 0 runs, 0 innings in the tournament.
He's an opener. Prior to this tournament, he was consistently opening the batting with Kashyap Kumar Prajapati. Got consistent starts for Oman. And ever since Naseem Kushi has come into the equation, he is the one who's been opening with Kashyap.
It's actually the first time he's batted in a T20I when he's not opened. So what a time to have to perform a new role, to show a new set of skills. Career strike rate 120, not particularly devastating, wouldn't indicate that he's going to be taking things apart. Only hit 4 sixes in 13 T20I matches. So what a time for a new role. What pressure on Pratik Athavele.
Both the young lads, Pratik Athavale and Ayan Khan, very quick between the wickets, elegant stroke makers.
Yeah, certainly there's a completely different fluency between the wickets all of a sudden. Wonder will Aslam look to side Muneeb now for the death overs from the other end. He's going to have to bring a sixth bowler into play, whatever the case, because he can't bowl his full allocation.
Pratik likes to go downtown. He likes the cover region as well. He fancies the leg side.
Finds the gap, does he? But not with enough pace. Clinto Anto does well. We'll keep it to a couple.
The running will be spot on between both of these young lads. Very quick between the wickets. Very energetic. Need to get a move on here with just 5 overs to go. Arm ball, arm ball, arm ball. And it's going to be signaled as runs. 15 overs gone. 112 for the loss of 5 wickets. Oman.
So here's the conundrum for the skipper, Mohammad Aslam. He's gone with, well, his gut, I guess. He's felt that bowling those guys out in their full spells. The 2 left armers at the top bowled 3 overs straight through each, and then the 2 spinners bowled their full allocation through. It means he has to use a 6th bowler. He's no option but to turn now to surely it's going to be Syed Muneeb. Then I'm not sure whether he'll go back to Yasin Patel or Ilyas Ahmed. He might have to trust himself to bowl overs 17 and 19, and then Muneeb might have to go 3 on the bounce, 16, 18, 20. These 3 of the last 5 from the Afghan-born Kuwaiti seamer, they're going to be very, very important in the context of the clash. 113 on the board, 5 to go. They surely need 160 plus.
It could well be north of 170 if Rafiullah comes to the party a little later. And these 2 can make a domination in the middle at the moment. Just need to get going. Need that urgency.
He's a nice bowler to watch, isn't he? Also enjoy watching him bat. He really gives it a whack down the order side, Muneeb. Most difficult overs you'll bowl though, 16, 18, 20. Could well go a long way to deciding not just this contest, but Kuwait and indeed Oman's fate in this competition. Because over at ground 1, well, UAE are in the process of dismantling Cambodia. 75 for 8 the score over there. They're probably going to need about 80. Muneeb's only bowled 2 overs in the tournament. So pressure on the man at the death. UAE chase that down in a hurry, which you'd imagine they will, with Mohammed Wazeem. Maybe Asif Khan could be promoted up the order. Alishan Sharafu. No ball going to be signalled. Not a good start. Took a long time measuring his run out up. And he'll scamper back for 2. 3 free runs to the total. Free hit to follow.
So difficult being a fielder. When these 2 are in the middle, they run really quick. And there is an extra bit of pressure to collect the ball quickly and release it. That's what could well result in a lot of misfields.
Yeah, there's the no ball. Clearly spotted. Great umpiring again, Vinay Kumar Jha. Measured his run up out twice, didn't he? And paced it out. And he's overstepped from the first delivery. Free hit incoming. Maybe this can get Oman moving. Little slower ball, leg cutter, clever skills, just be a single.
4 of the first delivery. Oman, Said Munib. There'll be a lot of pressure on Munib. He's been expensive in those 2 overs that he has bowled in this tournament. 27 is what he's given in those 2 overs. And walking into this game, 4 of the very first delivery that he's completed. Five of 6 deliveries for Ayan, 5 of 5 deliveries for Pratik. Both need to get going.
Slashed away behind square. Deep third has work to do. Can't get there. Already this tactic of, well, being forced into maybe 3 on the bounce from Munib, it could be costly. It's a flying start to the 16th for Oman.
Big slash from the bat of Ayan Khan in the square region. It was a full toss, but it had to be put away. Ilyas Ahmed is not going to be able to contribute a deep third. So 8 of 2 deliveries from Said Munib. Pressure.
Yeah, certainly the tactic, obviously it looks good to a certain point, doesn't it? When you've had good effect, you've picked up 5 wickets, but it leaves you exposed, I think, here at the death. You want to have options. Pressure massively on Munib.
What are the options for Kuwait? Munib is going to be bowling probably 2, in my opinion.
I think they have him down to bowl 3, because I can't see Ilyas Ahmed being brought back at the death, but maybe they will go to the left armour. Might have to if Munib continues to be expensive even. Nails the block hole this time. An appeal. No interest from Vinay Kumar Jha. Went underneath the bat. The 2 other interesting overs will be the 2 from Mohammad Aslam, particularly with Ayan Khan at the crease. He'll probably have to bowl 17 and 19. Can he keep them economical?
It'll be interesting if Mohammad Aslam, the left arm spinner, can have a say when a left-handed Ayan Khan is in the middle. Ayan would certainly fancy his chances.
Leg cutter. Now it's picked up to the leg side. Man out there, just over his head. Well, it hung in the air for what felt like more than a few seconds. He did everything right, positioned himself right on the rope, but maybe just a gust from the gods took it all the way for 6.
This is what you get with Pratik Athavale. He's not just playing in as a specialist wicket-keeper. He's a batter and he can contribute. He's done that very regularly in the domestic season. And Meet Bhavsar, who took a wonderful catch previously in this innings, has no say to that one.
He did everything right here, Meet Bhavsar. He really did. Positioned himself perfectly on the rope. This over's gone for 15 and Oman are on the charge and coming back, surging into this contest. Gets it into the block hole, but it'll still be a single. So 16 bowled. Munib goes for 16. It's 129 for 5. Yasin Patel is going to be recalled. bowled his fourth and nearly creates a chance from his very first ball. Bowled 3 in the power play. Does that mean we're going to see a bit of Mohammad Aslam replacing Syed Manib from the other end?
That's 3 overs. 2 overs of Mohammad Aslam, 1 from Yasin. What about the 4th one?
Problem is, if it is 2 overs of Mohammad Aslam, that will be 18 and 20. So you'd have the skipper bowling the very final over of the innings, potentially against a left-hander at the crease if Ayan Khan is still there. He's taken the helmet off. Can't beat the fielder this time. Mix up. Is this going to be a run out? We're going to go upstairs, are we? The bowler thinks it is. I was unsighted. And up we go. Another mix up. The 4th, maybe the 5th of the innings.
It's a double-sided sword at the moment. They need runs, but they don't want to lose wickets in this fashion. Not in the screen, not in the screen at the moment. Has he held on to that one? It's going to be touch and go, touch and go.
Yeah, we'll need the reverse angle, won't we? And the problem is the fielder might be in the way of that one. It was a swift piece of work. I think a direct hit would have definitely been gone. Can the reverse angle give a bit more clarity? Yasin Patel liked it, didn't it? It again was Ravija Sandrowan. Takes it on the bounce. Luckily, Ravija's not in the way now. Don't go to your left. Now here's the moment of truth. Oh, that could be gone by the barest of margins. Are the stumps broken? Are the bails out of their groove? I think they are. It's 1 frame in it. He's going to be given out. The red light comes up. Massive moment in the game. It's another run out. So costly for Oman.
Pratik Adhavale was just looking so good. Got a maximum in the previous over. And he's going to be walking back. And these are not great signs. Oman are going to be losing their 6th. And it's going to be in form of Pratik Adhavale. Great bit of work by Ravija and Yasin. First to release the ball in time and Yasin to collect it. 15 of 9 deliveries for Pratik Adhavale. As Oman are 130 for 6. Pratik Adhavale walks back as Rafiullah, the moisterous Rafiullah, walks into the middle. Just the perfect time.
It will be Rafiullah. He'll be at the non-striker's end for the moment. Very powerful hitter. Attempted sweep from Ayan Khan. They're going to run quickly between the wickets. Throw goes to the keeper's end. They'll get home. Don't think they'll be sitting comfortably at 160, will they, given what we've seen at this second ground. Slightly smaller boundaries, really good batting surfaces. They'd love a flying finish here. They'd love 170, 175, but they'll have to play very well to get to that. Help try in the corner. That will help. Good batting, Ayan Khan. Innovation brings a boundary 4.
They need runs. 20 balls to go in this innings and they need runs, and they need runs quickly. That's a tense dugout. They'll be feeling the nerves here, as a lot would be expected from Ayan Khan and Rafiullah in the middle. Boundary on this occasion from the bat of Rafiullah, courtesy of a reverse sweep. What a shot. What an incredible strike. Downtown from the bat of Ayan Khan. He loves to step down the wicket and hit through the line, and that's exactly what he's doing here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2.
Yeah, big hit. I think it's another one into the waddy, isn't it? I saw one go there in the power play. This is the challenge. Left arm spin to a left-handed batter. It's a matchup that favours the batter. Good swift footwork too. It's another lost ball. Probably another very wet ball. All the way into that waddy that's flush with rain from the last few days. And now just a little counter punch. Brilliant from Ayan Khan. The mix-up led to the dismissal of his partner. And Rafiullah, he's warming up to hit some big ones too. 180 now might be back on the cards. Really good from Ayan Khan.
It'll be really interesting to see who bowls the next one, because after the way Yasin Patel has been taken apart, it's not a great idea to be bowling a left-arm spinner.
This is a problem. The alternative is for Syed Muneeb to bowl 18 and 20, and left-arm seamer Ilyas Ahmed to bowl 19. Sharp turn, does too much. I think the umpire's indicating some bat involved as well. He's going to give it his runs. Thought it was pads, but it's a single to close out Yasin Patel's 4 overs. Expensive today, 1 for 41. There's a partnerships. Plenty of healthy ones, double digits. They just keep seeming to lose wickets when they're getting on top.
Especially the one to stand out for was Ishan Maqsood and Ilyas getting 50 together. But apart from that, 20 between Zishan and Khalid, 26 between Ayan and Pratik. And this is the one which matters the most. Ayan and Rafiullah need to get probably 30, 35, 40 together.
Yeah, a little bit of an update from across there. The reason the ground staff are out giving things a roll: Cambodia have been castled for 76. We don't know the exact permutations, but broadly, from what I know, I think UAE are going to need to chase that in a hurry, as Muneeb it will be to bowl the 19th. They'll scamper through for a single, won't take on the second with the overthrow. I think it's about 7 or 8 overs they'll need to chase it down in very quickly, and that will guarantee UAE a semi-final spot, whatever happens here. Obviously, if Oman beat Kuwait, UAE will be through anyway. They'll be on 6 points. But plenty of permutations still at play, as all 3 sides are duking it out for those 2 semi-final spots from Group B. And UAE, they want to keep it in their own hands. They don't want to be relying upon a result here on the second ground.
And Saudi and Nepal would be watching this match closely as well.
Oh dear, this is going to be a no ball, I'm certain of it. And a free hit to follow. It's a second no ball in 2 overs. Yeah, Hong Kong, UAE, certainly they'll be thinking of the semi-finals if UAE can chase that down. Nepal already there. The 2 sides through from Group A. It's Nepal as champions, Hong Kong second. That was a poor delivery, wasn't it? Here comes a free hit. Ayan Khan will be on face for that.
So the team that finishes first is going to be playing Hong Kong, China. It's a thriller. It's a free hit. Ayan is going to be facing that one from Muneeb, expecting a slower delivery. Shot into the pads, and it's signaled as a no ball, a run out opportunity. It's all funny here at the Oman Cricket Academy ground number 2, as funny things are continuing to flow. So many mix-ups.
Well, this is carnage. You can be run out off a no ball, remember. Muneeb's now bowled 3 no balls in 7 legal deliveries. He's going to measure his run up again. Yeah, can't see Vinay Kumar Jha being wrong. Another big no ball. But then what happened was it was a free hit. It put it into the thigh pad. Khan sent him back. It should have been the 3rd run out. Terrible throw. Miles off the mark. Leaks an overthrow. It's Calamity Jane stuff here in Muscat. The wheels are coming off for Kuwait. They've dominated much of this innings. They've picked up wickets regularly. Their bowling plans are all over the place though. I think the bowling choices with it. Muneeb, massive pressure. It's going to be another free hit. Back-to-back no balls. Fielders running everywhere.
If Ayan versus left-arm spinner is a matchup, Rafiullah versus a pacer is a matchup. In the final few overs, he can hit a long ball, and he has the license to do it.
Well, brilliant bowling this time does nail the block hole. The free hit doesn't cost anything.
"16 deliveries into the first innings. How much can Oman get? They'll be looking in something north of 170, 175, probably 180. And to get there, they will need a good contribution from this lad in the middle, Rafiullah.
No ball. You won't believe this. Syed Muneeb has overstepped again. Kuwait are throwing their semi-final chances away here with continued freebies for the opposition. It's yet another overstep. It's the third no ball in 4 deliveries.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And Rafiullah is looking to change the bat. Absolutely ordinary. Cannot believe it. They've been all right on top for majority part of this first innings, and right towards the end, Muneeb is not standing up for the Kuwait.
Rafiullah takes a new blade. Didn't like the previous one. It's another free hit to come. The third of the over. Smashes it down the ground and gets it straight enough to get 4. Syed Muneeb is under huge pressure here. He's only bowled 9 legal deliveries and he's gone for 29. He's being dispatched around the ground.
Every time that the ball comes out from the bat of this lad, it travels like a missile. And Muneeb was lucky not to be in line of it. So was the umpire. Vinay Kumar Jha does travel very quickly from the bat of Rafiullah. Uses the long levers.
You heard me earlier talking about the strike rates. He's up at 180, but he hasn't played much. It's only 247 runs he's got. So he's the one that needs to finish. 25 career 6s, 9 career 4s. Syed Muneeb needs to get him out to in any way redeem himself. I think Mohammad Aslam might have to bowl the 19th, and they need to go then to the left arm seamer for the 20th. You surely can't risk Syed Muneeb again. His run up has been so costly. Into the slot and smashed out of the ground. Oman, well, they're getting themselves out of trouble here. Kuwait have dominated much of the first 3 quarters of this first innings, but now it's all Oman.
Incredible stuff from Rafiullah in his arc, and he's a strong lad. Uses those long levers to his advantage and does hit those huge maximums. Should give that a 10. Wonderful striking from the bat of Rafiullah. If he can stay there till the 20th over, 200 is possible.
161 now the score in the 18th over, and Syed Muneeb, he's gone for 34 and he's still got 2 deliveries left in just his second over. That's going to be given as a wide. Things going from bad to worse here. Dominated so much of this contest. Picked up big wickets early. They had Oman at 62 for 2 after 9 overs. And 9 overs later, more than 100 have been added. The wheels coming off for Kuwait.
Muneeb in all sorts of trouble at the moment. We did mention that he's not having a tournament to remember for 25 and 2 overs that he'd bowled prior to this game.
Hit down the ground again. It's going to be 4 more. All of a sudden, this game has just turned on its head. Oman, as they so often do, are finding a way to pull it out of the fire.
Andrew, it does look like a video game that we play. Shift and a big shot. Ball's been travelling everywhere from the bat of Rafiullah, and that's the matchup. He loves the pacer in the final overs.
Has to take the pace off here. Has to go to his leg cutter. You can see him here. Look at the grip. Everything's been pace on. The pace on's being dispatched around the park. Oh, brilliant batting. Poor old Syed Manib is having a day to forget, and Rafiullah is cashing in. The 170 comes up. 2 overs remain. It's 170 for 6.
Shot wide, and in my opinion, that's a shot of the day for Rafiullah. Over covers. Initially, he used to dominate the leg side, but now the offside game has come to his advantage, and now he's making the most of it. What an expensive over this has been. That's a lot of runs. It's very difficult to calculate it.
Yeah, 27 off the over, would you believe? First over went for 16, and his second goes for 27. And all of a sudden, the wheels are off. So here comes Aslam to return. Aslam, he's going to return to the attack. He'll come in for his penultimate over of his team's game, just his second. The problem is he's going to bowl to a left-arm batter. Oh dear, it's all gone horribly wrong for Kuwait. And Oman are excelling. Ayan Khan getting into the act alongside Rafiullah.
We are talking about 160, 170, 176 on the board. 11 balls to go. And Oman are dominating here. In his arc, loves to dominate on the leg side. And wonderful strike. One more ball goes to the Wadi. The third umpire has been kept busy. And at the moment he's collecting balls. Because those are the number of balls that you require on this ground when the act of Ayan Khan and Rafiullah got together.
Yeah, right now it's carnage. Absolute carnage. Have a look at this. Manhattan here is going to show you an absolute skyscraper. The last 3 overs, the last 5 collectively, have gone for 80. You won't believe it. And Oman have simply turned this game on its head. There's been some poor bowling, yes, excellent batting. In fairness, counter-attacking knocks from Ayan Khan. Little contribution, cameo from Pratik Athavale, his first innings of the tournament. And now Rafiullah with 21 off 7. They've just completely turned this game on its head. In the background you can see UAE going out to bat against Cambodia. They'll be looking to get it done in about 7 or 8 overs. New balls are having to be called for from the match officials' tent. That's the second, if not third, lost ball. And now Oman are thinking of 200.
It's been an expensive game. Expensive game for Kuwait. 13 overs. Oh, they were all in control of this game. And ever since, Oman have unleashed. It all started with Zishan Maqsood coming to the party. And now it is the bat of Rafiullah and Ayan Khan that is making the most of it. Ayan Khan, who doesn't have a great strike rate in T20 and has very often been bogged down. 31 of 16 today. What a knock for him. And Rafiullah, 21 of 7 deliveries, 300.
Yeah, but he scored the runs off Ayan Khan. Left arm spin. Really poor matchups from Kuwait. Into the slot again. And put down. Oh, that sums it all up for Syed Manib. He is having a day to forget. He's gone at more than 20 per over. Got a chance at redemption. Burst through his hands. Back-to-back 6s.
Terrible, terrible. And not only has he put it down, but he's let it go over the ropes as well. The captain, Aslam, is devastated here. Back-to-back 6s.
Going to come around the wicket now. Pressure now on Kuwait skipper. Going to be a wide outside the off stump. The wheels well and truly off the train tracks.
What do you do if you're Aslam right now? Everything is travelling.
6 more. Well, Dipendra Singh Airi took 36 off and over just a couple of days ago. Ayan Khan's thinking about taking 37. 6-6-6 to go the wide to start with. Real pressure, real trouble for Kuwait.
He's bowling in the arc of Ayan Khan at the moment. And this is a strong lad. Down on his knees. And every ball is travelling.
Well, it might not be 37. It could be 38 off this over. 20 from 3 legal deliveries. And there's a world of pain, a world of pressure on Mohammad Aslam. Another wide. Count him up. 39 potential possible runs.
Incredible what cricket can do to you.
No, he's going to get away with one. He's clothed it. No records will be broken here, but he will get back on strike. Great running from Ayan Khan. It's still the small matter of 21 coming from just 4 legal deliveries.
Although he can still get to 35.
23 in fact, isn't it? Yeah, could still get to 35. Oh, Kuwait, you had such an opportunity, didn't you? Back live now. This one's pumped and taken. Well, what an over. We've had 3 sixes, 3 wickets, and now who would it be? I think it's Syed Manib, who's just in a change of position. He does take a catch, no celebration. You can understand why Ayan Khan departs.
Finally some remorse. And Syed Manib was just moved to square leg from deep mid-wicket. Finally holds on to one. But what a knock from Ayan Khan. 45 of 20 deliveries, north of 200. And Oman are 193 for the loss of 7.
Shakil Ahmed, the new man to the crease. And he's been cleaned up straight through. 2 and 2. About as remarkable an over as I can remember. 3 sixes, 3 wides, a 2 and 2 wickets. It's all happened. 23 runs in the over. 2 wickets from it too. And it's a first ball duck for Shakil Ahmed.
He's always going to be treating this as a free hit. Want to have Rafiullah for the last over on strike. And you miss, I hit is what Aslam has to offer. Shakil has walked back without troubling the scorers. 193 with an over to go for the loss of 8.
Ilyas Ahmed will bowl the 20th and final over. Kuwait, well, has the damage already been done by Oman? It's Fayaz Butt, new to the crease. He's at the non-striker's end. Rafiullah may well... Oh, he's nearly hauled out. Long off, hasn't gone for the catch. Clinto Anto not able to get there.
Fayaz Butt, the man who's known for his bowling, is going to be on the strike. He's worked hard on his batting. Loves to be called as a genuine bowling all-rounder. Loves to contribute with the bat, and he'll have an opportunity here. Ilyas Ahmed, full toss. This is travelling. It's travelling, and it is travelling. 4 runs from the bat of Fayaz Butt, facing his first delivery. And what an incredible strike.
Yeah, good shot. He's picked up that the bowler was going for the block hole and come down at him. gets underneath it, gets it nice and straight, get good reward. Well, Kuwait, I really think they've been so poor for the last 30, 40 minutes. Great credit to Oman. They've done what they needed to do. Bear in mind, we've had 2 run-outs in this innings. We've had a couple of drop chances. There's been all sorts going on that Kuwait could have controlled. And the last 5 overs have gone for 87, would you believe?
Absolute carnage. Absolute carnage from Oman. Ayan Khan, Rafiullah. It all started with Zishan Maqsood. And this was some incredible attack. A lot of support from Kuwait. No two thoughts about it. And that is something that they would like to forget about. 3 balls to go.
Big swing and a miss this time. I can't imagine this was plan A coming in. We did say it when there was 12 bowled, things were going well for Kuwait, but they'd bowled their overs, their good overs out. In fact, at the end of the 14th, the score was 104 for 5. But they'd only used 4 bowlers at that point. And their Achilles heel, well, it's come back to cost them in spades. Big swing and a miss again. They surely will get to 200. So that means they're going to have scored 96 from the last 6 overs.
But that was always a plan. I did mention it to you. They'll be looking to get to around 100 in the 13th, 14th over. And that's where they will accelerate. Although, what I mentioned is, they would be looking to get to somewhere around 160, 170. But Kuwait has helped them, supported them to get to 200. Ball to go in the block hole. And they will get to 200. They'll be pushing for the second. And I don't think they are going to be able to make it. Ilyas will complete that run out of Fayaz Bhatt. But 200 on the board for Oman. And in the process, they have lost their 9th wicket.
You didn't see a signal of out from Vinay Kumarja. I think he's just asked for them to confirm it upstairs that Ilyas Ahmed hasn't maybe dislodged the bails. We'll get a look here. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's out. Never actually gave it out. So he's gone up to have a look. And surely that will be confirmed that it will be 1 run to the total. 200 exactly. They're going to have to be satisfied with. Sheer carnage in the last 6 overs. So it means that the total will be 200 for 9. I just want complete confirmation that it was out. And it is given as a red light. We don't have the camera on it right now. So that is out. 1 run to the total and a 9th wicket to fall. So it'll be 200 for 9 that they'll finish with. Rafiullah, the man left not out, in 23. Plenty of good contributions. Ayan Khan, maybe the best one.
They started off in style with Kashyap Kumar Prajapati and Naseem Khushi. And the middle order came to party. Aqib Ilyas and Zishan Maqsood, that important partnership of 50. But ever since it was all carnage from Oman, Khalid Kale was looking to play strokes. Ayan Khan came in. And what a knock did he play. 45 of 20 for him. Pratik Atavale was looking to express himself. 15 of 19 for himself. But that important knock from Rafiullah allowed Oman to get to that psychological advantage, 200. Talking about the bowling, they started brilliantly. 13 overs in control. And wickets for almost everybody. 2 wickets apiece for Aslam and Adnan Idris. 1 wicket apiece for Nimish and Yasin. But Saeed Munib, a day that he would like to forget. 21.5 runs per over in his 2 overs. 43 is what he conceded. And that's absolutely devastating. Extras would have helped as well. 10 to the extras column.
The 6th bowler, the 4 overs combined for 75. That could well end up being the difference between the sides. Let's get a look at the best of the highlights from this first innings. I thought Kuwait dominated much of the start of the contest, despite a little flourish at the start from Naseem Khushi, who picked up 3 consecutive boundaries in the power play. But wickets fell regularly. No one really ever got set or looked particularly fluent, maybe apart from the two left-handers. That was the run-out, a complete calamity to see Cushy sent back to the crease for just 13. It was an unlucky 13. And remonstration with Kashyap Prajapati, who was the next to fall. He hit just the one boundary before he holed out to meet Babster, who took a nice catch down at long off. And then Maqsood and Ilyas and Zishan Maqsood, that experienced pair, they came together.
They are looking to make things happen. Aqib, Zishan, two experienced campaigners, the captain and the vice captain, were looking to make things happen just when Aqib couldn't hold on to one and was caught at deep square leg. Zishan continued to do what he does best, but finally he was caught well by Yasin at long off, and that's where Oman looked in a lot of trouble. But then Khalid Kale came to the party, and so did Ayan Khan. Khalid Kale did depart. Oman continued to lose wickets, but they were looking to express and make the most of these final few overs. Run out was always on offer, and that's how Pratika Thavle departed. Rafiullah was in the mood, and he was looking to make things happen along with Ayan Khan, and they were striking the ball clean. Finally, something in advantage of Saeed Munib, who got the catch of Ayan Khan. Shakil did depart as well, and Fayaz Bhatt and Rafiullah finished well together to get to 200.
Yeah, 200 exactly with this run out from the last ball. Yasin Patel combining with Ilyas Ahmed to do enough to run Fayaz Bhatt out. It means the target will be 201 at a fraction more than 10 runs per over required for Kuwait to get themselves into the semi-final picture. Very quick update from the other ground. We see that it's going to be, well, a matter of time before UAE chase that down. They're 40 for none in the third over. They should seal their semi-final spot in a matter of moments. The big question will be, who's it going to be that joins them, Oman or Kuwait? Find out with us live in a few moments' time.
Final day of the league stage, and action is on offer here at the ACC Men's T20 Premier Cup 2024. It's those final two games. Oman taking on Kuwait. And what a wonderful knock. Have Oman witness here. 200 on the board for themselves. And Kuwait will require 201 to win. Just shade above 10 runs per over. And what a wonderful flourish. What a wonderful finish have Oman been able to achieve here. They'll believe they are favourites into this game. And on the other hand, we have UAE taking on Cambodia. It's mere formalities as UAE are cruising well towards the finish against Cambodia. And that'll give them a huge net run rate boost. And joining me is Andrew Leonard. 201 on the board. What do you think, Andrew? Oman, favourites?
Yeah, huge favourites. They should dominate this contest. They should close out a perfect semi-final spot with 4 from 4. And that's going to make it the semi-final lineup then. Of Nepal taking on UAE, the El Clasico, the classic one, and Hong Kong against Oman. To stop that from happening, Kuwait are going to need to do something special, and they've nothing to lose here. You'd love to see them throw caution to the wind and just go at it. The problem is they'll have 4 overs of this man to face, Bilal Khan. That remarkable record took him 72 T20Is to get to 100 wickets, 3rd fastest in history, behind only Rashid Khan. And Wanindu Hasaranga. So all things point to Oman. Can they hold their nerve? Here we go for the second innings. That's maybe a sign of things to come. Full toss dispatched, maybe all the way to the Wadi, into the creek, a big 6. They're not going to die wondering here, are Kuwait.
If you're chasing 201 to win, this is the kind of start that you want. Probably from the bat of Clinto. And what an incredible strike from the against the quality of Bilal Khan. And that ball's travelled a long way. A 6 to start the second innings off. And immediately there's change in field. Third has been brought into the circle. Deep mid wicket has moved behind. This one's in the air. There's a fielder coming in it. Falling just short of it. Rafiullah is one of the standout fielders for Oman. They've come with some clear intentions here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. And the intentions are to dominate Oman.
Yeah, and what you're going to see, you would hope from Kuwait, is 100%. They have nothing to lose. Hell for leather, go at it. I'll give you breaking news probably after this ball from the other ground. UAE are just about to seal their spot in the semi-finals, whatever happens. Well, they've absolutely destroyed Cambodia across on the other pitch. They needed 76 to win. They've got there for none. Mohammad Wasim and Sharaf, who have done it inside 5 overs. So that big net run rate boost will guarantee them through to the semi-finals. The last spot, it's all between these two here. And all eyes will be on Oval 2. Bilal Khan not happy with that being given as a wide. Clearly was. Vinay Kumar Jha, he's been excellent today.
Spot on. Not just today, but throughout this tournament, the umpiring has been brilliant, world class. Clinto, Anto and Ravija need to make the most of this power play if they are to make a match out of this. Spin will have a big role to play immediately after the power play.
Picks it up. Now, has he got enough of it? Looks like he does. Oh, this could be frenetic, couldn't it? Could be fast and frantic. Kuwait, they're not going to hang around here.
Believe that was a slower delivery from Bilal Khan. Not getting the most of it. Ravija did go up a long way. And that will allow them to accumulate 2 runs to their name.
Just wanted a little look at that. Make sure that that wasn't a boundary for it wasn't. 2 runs to the total. Nicely driven. Is it going to beat the mid-off fielder? Not quite. Good diving stop. Excellent work. Needed to get there, otherwise it would have been 4 more.
Kashyap Kumar Prajapati being the fielder. He's been in the mix of things at the moment. Standing at mid-off. Need wickets here. That's the only way you can put a lot of pressure on Kuwait. Yes, you have 200 on the board. But need to pick up wickets. And need to pick up wickets early. A little bit of a stretch for the batter at the non-striker's end.
Big swing and a miss this time.
Need wickets here, Oman. And the man to do it has to be Bilal Khan, one of the premium bowlers for Oman, the left-arm pacer, with a lot of experience in terms of franchise cricket all around the world.
So Bilal Khan gets out of that over. 1 ... to finish it. 11 come from it, despite the big 6 from the first ball. It's 11 for none.
Nepal have gone through. 4 out of 4 for them. 8 points on the board. And Hong Kong, China have been finally able to make their way through. Courtesy of net run rate and courtesy of a little bit of support from Nepal earlier today, where Nepal beat Saudi Arabia in one of the closest games that we could have witnessed. For a moment, they were in a lot of trouble. Shot and pulled at a maximum. The first ball of Bilal Khan went for a maximum. The first ball from Fayaz but has also gone for a maximum.
Yeah, big hit. Really good. Banged into the surface and hammered away. What an incredible playing surface it is here in the second ground. We've seen a run fest, haven't we? Well, big news from the other ground. You can see it's been vacated. We just pan to the left a touch there. You'll see the team shaking hands. UAE have done enough. They're in the semi-finals. Can Kuwait join them? They'll be looking to pull off a heist here. 6, now 4. They are not going to die wondering, are they?
Yeah, in a hurry here. Do realize the importance of power play. Most importantly, they do have the urgency. They're making things happen, using the pace of Fayaz Bhatt on this occasion. Just over fine leg. And Kalimullah assisting in getting the ball back. Excellent, excellent start for Kuwait here.
Oh, this flying start from Kuwait. I just wonder how costly those last 6 overs are going to be. If you're just tuning in, Oman were in real trouble. The end of the 14th, they were 104 for 5. They took 96 off the last 6 overs.
The question is going to be the spin of Oman. That on most occasion comes to party. They're the dominance. They're a very, very dominant, spin-dominant side. The likes of Shakil, the captain Zishan Maqsood, Aqib Ilyas, Ayan Khan. It's not going to be easy. Gem of a delivery. Finally getting it right, Fayaz Bhatt. squaring Ravija up. Much better from Bilal Khan. Fayaz Bhatt, I beg your pardon. If Oman can keep Kuwait below 60 in the power play, I think they have done well.
And particularly after that flying start. But on the flip side of that, if Kuwait can just keep going, they've got a blitz away here in the power play, really take advantage. And that's what they're going to try and do. Good extension of the arms, down the ground, 4 more. Everything must go in these first 6.
Doesn't have to be from the middle of the bat. Just needs to get across the circle. In the power play, just 2 fielders outside the circle. And once again, just across the circle and it tickles down. It's a very good and it's a very quick outfield. This is brilliant batting from Kuwait. Excellent counter attack.
Yeah, flying start from one of their very best. All that first class experience back in Sri Lanka. Ravija Sandarawan putting it to good use. Squirts away off an outside edge. There's no deep third. It's going to be 4 more. It's 18 from the over. Kuwait on the charge. It's 29 for none.
One man that's going to be smiling has to be Munib, because Kuwait are taking revenge of the onslaught against Munib. They're off to a flyer. 29 of the very first 2 overs. Oman need a wicket here. Bilal Khan is going to be continuing, and he's going to be continuing from the Wadi end. Rather the hockey stadium end. And do you think a wicket can slow things down here, Andrew?
Yeah, wickets are key, aren't they? Absolutely key currency. And if you want someone to get a wicket, usually this is who Zishan Maqsood turns to. Into his second now. Not a great first over. There's still just a hint of shape. A little bit of shape back into the right-hander. Can he get one through Anto or Ravija just to ease this flying start that Kuwait have?
What he's going to be doing is he's going to be pulling his length back, and there is going to be a lot of change of pace. It's going to be one of those you miss, I hit kind of deliveries. If Ravija and Anto can pick those change of pace deliveries or the pace on deliveries, they'll stand a good chance to clear it. Or else, it's going to be the likes of Bilal Khan picking up a wicket. In the block hole, well fielded, of his own bowling, Bilal Khan. He's a tricky customer. He needs to stand up right now for Oman. Right in the block hole. And a good extended hand of Bilal Khan. And a smile to offer. Why not?
Yeah, great stop. Really good. Zishan Maqsood's talking to his Premier quick almost every ball here. Just want to keep half an eye on the clock. Fielding changes. Long on, going back. Deep square leg coming into the circle. Already the shadows lengthening here. Pump down to that fielding change, down to long on, where Maqsood keeps it to 1.
He does have a sharp, quick shot delivery, but don't think he'll be going that way. Wants to keep it straight and full. 18 of the first over of Bilal Khan. And this is a much better over in comparison to that. So in the block hole, and this will take some stopping, and it won't be the diving Zishan Maqsood on this occasion. Incredible striking from Ravija and Anto.
Well, I'll tell you, I thought Oman were tardy. They were a bit sloppy at the start of their batting innings. They've started poorly here. Credit to Kuwait. They've come out firing, come out really attacking. Maqsood can't cut it off, doesn't quite have the same fluency to his fielding that we saw at the start of his career. Pressure is on Oman here in a big way. Kuwait can parlay this start into, who knows, a 75-run power play. Very much game on. Don't know the exact calculations. We won't be able to give them to you during the game, but they'll need to not just win Kuwait, they'll need to win with some balls to spare. Now, where's this one gone? Oh my, it's a one-handed monster. The bottom hand comes off the bat. It doesn't matter. It's gone all the way. The biggest hit of the day, maybe. What a strike.
They're in incredible form. They're striking and they're striking clean. They're loving the surface here at the Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. And it's a batting maestro from Kuwait here against the home side Oman. All the Omani fans would be very nervous. Oman could well be out of the contest if Oman goes down by a good margin here, despite winning 3 in a row.
Oh, the short ball missed out upon. I think Clinto Anto will feel as though that should have gone too. They'll run through for what will be given as leg buys. Came off the shoulder of Anto. He'll keep the strike. 3 bowled. It's 42 for without loss.
Two overs from Bilal Khan. And that economy is something that you don't see very often. 23 of those 2 overs and 18 runs from that over from Fayaz Butt. And believe it or not, Oman, that is relying on a lot of spin, will need a lot of assistance, and they wouldn't have expected it to come in the power play. It's going to be Shakil Ahmed, the left-arm spinner, who's going to be coming into the attack.
You think it's the right mood from Zishan Maqsood, the change of pace. Now, he doesn't really give a lot of flight. He just darts it in, doesn't he? Won't try to turn too many. The aggression continues. I love this intent from Kuwait. Whether they chase this total down or not, they shouldn't be chasing as many as 200. They should be chasing 160, 170 at worst. But credit to them. They've come out here and they're just giving it their all. Anto made an 18-ball 50 earlier in the competition at this ground. He's looking to try and repeat the dose. That came against UAE on the opening day. Now it's the last day of the group stages. Can he make it back-to-back 50s against the big boys, the 2 highest ranked sides in this group?
They'll need a lot of his services here. Chasing a mammoth 200. Times have changed. Andrew, 200 is no more a big score. We saw 549 in an innings, in a match a few days ago in the IPL.
A lot of it's dependent on the conditions, and obviously outstanding playing surface is being put on here by the whole team. You just suspect the change of pace might result in a change of outcome, so it's good from Shakil Ahmed to start with. Kuwait need to keep going. Get ahead of the chase. The required run rate's down to 9.5. We think they'll need to chase it with about an over to spare, something in that vicinity, to get their net run rate ahead of Oman's and create that 3-way tie on 6 points apiece between these two and the UAE. That's the only way they can get through. They have to win. Otherwise it's Oman and UAE through from Group B. But they've got off to this flying start. Well bowled. Right into the block hole. They're going to try scamper a single. Direct hit would have been gone.
That's poor. That's poor. Required a better throw from Pratik Atavale. Clinto was struggling there. Right in the block hole to start off with. Pratik went the other way. And he had a lot of time to make things. For major part of the throw, Pratik Athavale was not. That's a wicket. That's a wicket that they wanted. Shakil. That's what he does. Breaks partnerships. It is going to be Ravija that is going to be walking back. The pace of Shakil coming to the party.
Yeah, just flat. And look at this. Absolutely speared in. It's a very risky stroke. He's exposed his stumps and he's paid the price. Ravija looked brilliant with the pace on. As soon as the pace came off, he got himself in a tangle. He's gone for 23 off just 12 deliveries. It's 45 for 1.
It was darted in. The arm ball from Shakil. No chance whatsoever. The pace of Shakil beating Ravija. All ends up. They needed a wicket here and they've got one. In comes Meet Bhavsar. Strike rate of 143, average of 57. He's been amongst runs, 150 in this competition so far. One of the standout batters for Kuwait. Premium batter.
Yeah, different kind of player, isn't he, to what we've seen alongside him, Anto and Ravija going at it. But Bhavsar gets off the mark immediately. Great change of bowling. Oman needed that. Just eases the pressure on them. It's 46 for 1.
Ravija undone by the quality of Shakil, the left arm spinner. Could we call him a left arm pacer with the kind of pace that he generates? 23 of 12 for Ravija, 20 of 11 for Clinto, and he's joined by Meet Bhavsar, who's got off mark on the very first delivery.
Going to be a change in bowling, change of ends for Fires, but the big man, Bilal Khan, taken out of the attack. He'll probably bowl the last two, the 18th and the 20th, you'd imagine. Immediate attempted innovations come off the bat. Won't be given out, and they'll scamper through for a single. Good call from Clinto Anto. Gets Bhavsar through. Yeah, another look at the decision. Really good from Vinay Kumar Jha. Again, only Butt was interested. Keeper knew. He knew it's come off the bat, given us runs as well, rightly so. These last 11 deliveries in the power play feel important. He senses though Anto's got to just keep going. Particularly this over from Fayaz, but with the pace on. Need to find 2 or 3 more boundaries ideally. They're ahead of the rate at the moment. They want to stay ahead of it. And that's what Anto's going to keep doing. Clubbed away. Oh yes. Right out of the screws. Just a bounce or 2. Runs away for 4 more.
Very ordinary from Fayaz Butt. The quality of Fayaz Butt. He needs to stand up. He's an experienced bowler. Cannot be bowling length to the all-out attack of Kuwait. They're looking to make things out of nothing. They do realize they're chasing a big score. And that's when the all-out attack has come to the occasion. Needs to hit the block hole.
Dances down the track and smashes it high, handsome, all the way for 6. Oh, Anto's been brilliant, particularly at this second oval. He's just going to keep going. You knew it needed a big over. That's what Kuwait are getting.
He's taken a liking to the pace of Fayaz Butt. And this is very, very good from Anto. Incredible striking. Needs to have a plan B here, Fayaz Butt. Cannot be conceding so many.
Oh dear, not too good over this one. All too easy right now. Anto is taking Butt apart. 4, 6, now 4 more.
Immediately you would see Fayaz Butt running to, rather Bilal Khan running to Fayaz Butt to have a word. And that's what partnerships have to offer.
What a brilliant start this is to the chase from Kuwait. You just sense there could be an upset here coming into the day. This has gone a long way up. Has Anto given it away? It's held on to. Excellent catch. Pratik Athavel holds his nerve and Butt strikes back. 4-6-4. It will be no more. And Anto's gone for a dazzling 34.
They're feeling the pressure in the middle, and that's exactly where Pratik Atavle has stood up for the Oman team, diving in front of him and rolling over. Brilliant, brilliant catch. Anto was making things happen, and making things happen really quickly. Goes back for 34 of 15. Oman are well in control of this game at his departure. 61 for 2 Kuwait.
Adnan Idris, the big man, the all-rounder. Hasn't picked up many runs, but he's done it at a good strike rate. Already faced 5 deliveries thus far in the tournament. I suspect he'll be swinging from the hip right from the off too. It's been interesting to keep an eye as well up on the floodlights. We've tended to see them come on a little bit after 5 o'clock. Shadows are lengthening across the ground. We're just approaching 5 p.m. local time here. And that second wicket has got Oman very much back in the contest. 5 have been bowled. It's 61 for 2. So there's the confirmation. UAE are into the semi-finals, whatever the result here. Even if Kuwait won and we had a 3-way tie, they would win the net run rate tiebreaker. The question will be, will they be finishing in first or in second in the group? If Oman win, they will top the group. They'd then play Hong Kong in the semi-finals, and it'll be the old Associate El Clasico, Nepal against the UAE. But if Kuwait can upset Oman here, they'd need to chase it down with a couple of balls to spare. I think in about 19.1 overs, 19.2, something like that. Then they could take the other semi-final spot. That would actually put UAE through in first place. And that would change the semi-finals entirely and indeed knock Oman out of the contest. Still all on the line as we come into the shadows of the group stages here. With Ahmed continuing into his second And Kuwait just not finding a way to score off these left arm spinning darts.
Shakil Ahmed. He's made things happen here for Oman. Getting the wicket of Ravija in the previous over. And that's a good shot. Good shot from the bat of Meet Bowsar. Through the square region. It is always bound to be coming. 2 dots in a row and a boundary is on offer.
Yeah, just swings his hands through the line here. He's a little aerial, wasn't it? Maqsood not able to get anywhere near it. Just really enjoy the way Kuwait are going down swinging. Even if they don't chase this total down, well, at least they're not hanging around, having a real go at it. So much so to the point where they've got that required run rate to a manageable state, about 9 and over. The problem is they've lost their 2 openers, so they need these 2 to build up a nice partnership now. Also need to find a way to score off the spinners. Remember Maqsood and Ilyas, Ishan Maqsood to come to. That's an easy one to dispatch. Into the hitting arc. 1 bounce, 4 more.
Kuwait are enjoying the surface here in Oman. The Gulf encounter, Kuwait versus Oman. And right now it is in favor of Kuwait with the kind of shot making that they have done in the power play. 2 boundaries in this over of Shakil.
Round the wicket now, and it works for the final delivery of the power play. Maybe honours even with the 2 wickets having fallen, but Kuwait picking up plenty of runs. It's 69 for 2.
They came with a lot of intent. Ravija and Anto striking and striking clean. Bilal Khan was taken apart. Fayaz Bhatt was taken apart. And they were striking boundaries at regular intervals here. That's when Shakil got the destructive Anto back to the hut. Rather Ravija. But Anto continued to do what he does best. And finally, a very, very good catch behind the stumps. Got the back of the second opener. And just after that, it has been Meet Bowsar that has been doing the damage with those 2 boundaries to his name. So power play, pretty balanced considering the equation, considering the context of this game. As Aqib Ilyas, the vice captain, comes into the attack at the end of the power play.
So we're going to see some leg breaks from him to the right-hander. And we'll see a few off breaks to the left-hander. He's been in phenomenal form with the ball. He really has. And his 4 overs going to be essential. Oh, this could be very close to start with. It's full enough, it's straight enough, it's good enough. 1 leg spinner's trapped the other, just skidded on, didn't really turn. And Adnan Idris, he's the latest to go. Kuwait have already lost 3.
Was it the googly? Was it the googly? Aqib Ilyas, the magic arm of Oman has worked magic. Adnan Idris, the destructive Adnan Idris, has walked back to the pavilion. And what a time to pick up a wicket. Kuwait have lost their 3rd at 69.
We just want to have a front foot check here. Umpires have requested for that. Don't think we're going to have it. Going to see if we can bring it to you. Yeah, the batter's just been told to hold on. The reason why, Vinay Kumar Jha just wanted to check that front foot. They don't have the footage to go to, so that means the default will be the on-field decision. So Vinay Kumar Jha, he's gone. The finger goes up. Idris is the one to fall. He's gone for a second ball duck, and it is now 69 for 3. Yeah, just unable to bring you the replay. Apologies for that. Usman Ghani Patel in at number 5. Looked a pretty fair LBW decision. Immediate aggression from Usman Ghani. He gets off the mark. Might have just been a question as to whether it hit him in line or not. Just a leg break that skidded on. No real turn on offer. So just a nice little leg break that skidded on, and Maqsood Ilyas has that third breakthrough. Going to be Meet Bhavsar to face up. We'll probably see off breaks now from Maqsood Ilyas rather than leg breaks around the wicket. Exactly what he starts with. Turned into a very clever bowler, isn't he?
Gem of an all-rounder for Oman. Bowls those difficult overs, has that magical arm, picks up wickets at regular intervals. Bats at number 3, scores runs. And that'll allow some overthrows.
Yeah, pick up 2. Despite losing his bat, he manages to get back for the second. So every run is going to be critical here. If you look at the equation, it's not actually out of the question. 129 off 80, just the wickets that have been falling. They're making things difficult for Kuwait. You suspect they're just going to keep going. A win keeps them alive in the semi-final picture. It's going to make the calculations very close indeed. The UAE are through. They've done what they needed to against Cambodia. Gets away with that one. Dragged down, only being a single.
It's a brilliant comeback from Oman. Kuwait were all over them in the power play. Ravija and Anto doing majority of the damage. And now wickets. Googly not picking it. Usman Ghani. 7 overs done, 73 for 3, Kuwait. (23 of 12 for Ravija, 34 of 15 for Clinto. That's where majority of the damage happened at the moment. Meet Bhavsar is with Usman Ghani Patel in the middle. Adnan Idris did depart on a duck, second ball duck, courtesy of that brilliant delivery from Maqsood Ilyas.
Zishan Maqsood brings himself into the attack in the 8th over. Yeah, you sense these 8 overs, the 4 between Maqsood if he bowls them and the 4 of Ilyas that will certainly be bowled. They're the ones where Oman will try to drag things back, try to rein back the free scoring Kuwait side.
It's the googly of Maqsood Ilyas, something that he's developed over the last couple of months. Most of the batters are have been not able to pick up onto that.
And just the pace off the ball, very different trajectories you'll get from Zishan Maqsood to Maqsood Ilyas.
Captain and vice captain in tandem. They did get 50 while they were batting together.
Yeah, that's really nicely picked up all the way for 6. Such a flat 6. How well has Bhavsar struck this? He's been in good touch. The runs just continue to come despite the wickets falling. Kuwait hanging around in this chase.
Incredible striking from the bat of Meet Bhavsar. Loves that mid-wicket area. Did get Shakil across through that region as well, and on this occasion striking clean to Zishan Maqsood. It's gone through. Inside edge. The side arm action of Zishan Maqsood has come to play.
Yeah, clever bowling. Slower through the air. Just held it back a touch and it turned as a consequence. Babsar gets an inside edge. Bilal Khan has to dive to keep it to just one. Every over, though, they're picking up a boundary. And they're picking up runs off the other deliveries too. So as a consequence, in and around 10 runs every over, they're getting, and they're staying just ahead of the required rate.
It all comes down to Meet Bhavsar. On ball, cut well. Sweeper is there to cover it up. 8 overs done, 84 for 3, Kuwait.
So that's the state of play between the two sides at this stage. Look at the Worms. Paint a real picture of a flying Kuwaiti start that has them well ahead of where Oman were. At the end of the 8th, Oman were 55 for 2. Kuwait 84 for 3. So a massive disparity. But you have to remember, Oman's finish, 96 off the last 16, has changed this game. It's meant that Kuwait need more than 10 and over. They've been getting that thus far, and they're very much staying in the contest.
How much firepower do they have down the order will also be a point of consideration. Oman did have the likes of Ayan Khan, Rafiullah. Quick leg break. And Usman Ghani will be happy to rotate strike and get Meet Bhavsar on.
Tossed up, and Babsar's look good. His footwork's been fluent. There is plenty of batting to come. They bat almost all the way down. You think of someone like a Syed Manib, he will have a real go down the order. This one's hit away towards the mid-wicket fielder. Skipper himself won't score overly quickly, but very effective with the bats. Just be interesting to see how they go with the rest of the order. Where will Bilal Tahir come in? Such a good over from Maqsood and Ilyas. He's turning this game, just slowing Kuwait down for the first time in this chase. They're now behind the required run rate. 9 have been bowled. It's 88 for 3. You can unlock cricket. Download that Asian Cricket Council app on either iOS or Google Play. AsianCricket.org for the website. Approaching the halfway stage of this chase, as Ishan Maqsood is going to come into bowl as second. Oh, what's a beauty. Very special piece of bowling. Vinay Kumar Jha, well, he may want to use the technology. He will, but I think this is gone for all money. Usman Ghani is going to be stumped.
What a delivery. What a gem of a delivery from the captain, Ishan Maqsood. Turning square, and Usman Ghani had no chance whatsoever. All that Usman Ghani was looking to do is get a single and rotate the strike. And Pratika Tavle completing the proceedings. Never really able to come back. believe it's going to be moments before the lights will flash. Whether it's going to be red or green is what will keep Usman Ghani interested. It was well collected by the wicketkeeper. The line belongs to the umpire. And the decision has been revealed. Red light has been struck. And it is going to be Usman Ghani who is going to be walking back. 5 of 7 deliveries for him.
And that will get us to the drinks break. The score, Kuwait just on the slide. They've lost their 4th. It's 88 for 4.
Yasin Patel, 2 left-handers against the left-arm spin of Zishan Maqsood. And he'll get off the mark with a single. What a gem of a delivery was that from Zishan Maqsood, squaring the batter and no chance whatsoever. Usman Ghani was the player who's been recently dismissed.
Speared in down the leg side. Probably going to be wide. So we'll wait for the signal from the umpire. It is indeed 3 free runs to the total. Kuwait, the problem is, can't really afford 2 or 3 fallow overs. And Maqsood and Ilyas's class alongside the experience of Zishan Maqsood, well, it's putting Kuwait in a very tight stranglehold now. Required run rate will apply further pressure. You're going to need something, well, quite miraculous from here.
It's been incredible. When your team is down and under, in a lot of pressure, standing up and performing. Very, very good bowling. But it's been declared as a wide. having a word there, Zishan Maqsood.
Well, that one's going to be inside the guideline. The one before was adjudged outside it. Babsar can't understand it. You see what Maqsood's trying to do here. It's a game of cat and mouse. Doesn't want to bowl it into the hitting arc. And that one's fine. And this one, little bit of a leg break, I think. Turns away. Just wants to get it away from the hitting arc.
He's having his share of fun. Zishan Maqsood. Doesn't look really happy with the way things have been operating in the middle, Zishan Maqsood. He's a perfectionist, wants things to happen to perfection.
It might have been another leg break tossed up by Maqsood, learning from Maqsood and Ilyas. Bit of everything we've seen the spinners serve up. Key thing, just take it away from the bat. Back-to-back twos to close out the 10th. It's 97 for 4.
Oman piling on 200 for the loss of 9. Courtesy of Ayan Khan. Late flourish from him. 45 of 20 deliveries. Zishan Maqsood and Aqib were stitching that partnership in the middle. 35 and 34 respectively. And Rafiullah towards the later end. 23 not out for him. And in return, Kuwait at the moment 97 for the loss of 4. And it all comes down to Meet Bhavsar. 28 not out of 23. And alongside him it is Yasin Patel. It was all that carnage that happened from Clinto and Ravija, 34 and 23. But the time in which they got those runs, that was the key factor.
Well, Maqsood and Ilyas had given his cap to the umpire Vinay Kumar Jha. But then a late change of heart, not sure whether it was driven by the bowler or the captain. It's instead going to be Shakil Ahmed. So the 3 spinners operating in tandem. I've got a real feeling, as we see an excellent stop from Ahmed to save the single, that Oman are behind time. All the fielders are sprinting round. It's already 5:20 p.m. local time. So we've been playing for 3 hours 20 minutes. A potential fielding penalty for Oman in the offing, you'd suspect. This one's hit down towards the fielder at long on. Just be a single. Yeah, definitely a bit slow through their overs at the moment. Oh man, another thing for them to consider.
Change of angles from Shakil. Meet Bhavsar shuffling away and not able to extract that room that he created initially. Need runs very quickly, Kuwait.
Yeah, the problem's been that they've picked up all kinds of runs off the seamers. Bilal Khan going for 23 off 2, Fayaz Butt 33 off 2. The spinners have just applied an absolute clamp on this scoring rate. Shakil Ahmed into his nearly the conclusion of his 3rd. Very healthy figures, seems to be involved in everything. Good fielding. Maqsood and Ilyas got for just 8, and even Maqsood's picked up a wicket in his 2.
Great footwork. Brilliant footwork from Shakil. That'll be 100 for Kuwait, and it'll come in terms of a no ball from Shakil. So opportunity to capitalize in this very economical over from a Shakil.
We saw 4 no balls in the first innings. This is the first free hit to the second. Oh, and he's missed out, hasn't he? Right into the hitting arc, into the slog sweep. And Bhavsar will have wanted to deposit that over towards oval 1. Instead it's a single. He'll keep the strike. Ahmed gets away with that one. It's 101 for 4.
Kuwait got off to a flyer, but Oman have been able to pull them back. And the concern for Kuwait are going to be those big buildings towards the end that Oman accumulated. It's not just a win and loss at stake. It is also the position in the tournament.
Oh, this has come off an edge. Should be the next wicket. It is. It's going to be number 5. It goes to that man, Maqsood and Ilyas. All of a sudden, Oman are dancing. They're full of life, full of joy. They haven't been at parts of this game, but their class is ultimately starting to show. And Maqsood and Ilyas yet again in the wickets.
Extra bit of turn from the off spin of Maqsood and Ilyas. And Fayaz Butt was never going to be dropping onto that. It was a special celebration from Maqsood and Ilyas. Meet Bhavsar goes back to the pavilion. 29 of 26 for him. 102 for 5 Oman. Kuwait.
A really sharp turn, maybe just late in the group stages. Pitch is starting to wear, and there was a little jig in his step, wasn't there? You'll see it here now. There come the moves. Not too sure they'll be fitting of any dance bars in Muscat, but not bad, not bad. A little jig in his step.
Bilal Tahir. Look at that strike rate, 180. That average not too bad as well, 63.
I think you almost need to admit defeat here against Maqsood and Ilyas in terms of 9 balls left. Just maybe try and get 7 or 8 singles. Try to keep him from taking any further wickets, and then when the pace comes back onto the ball, or maybe Shakil Ahmed, Zishan Maqsood line them up, particularly with the left-handed Bilal. That's the only way I can see them going. That's good batting, don't mind that. Quick single, they might get an overthrow. They won't, as Rafiullah's quickly in. Will they go to a 6th bowler? Will they look at Rafiullah, given that it was a very expensive spell for Fayaz Butt?
They'll need to get going, Andrew. They'll need to start striking. At the moment, they're not helping to their cause. Because it's not about winning and losing. You lose here, you're out of the contention of qualification. So nothing to lose for Kuwait. They'll need to absolutely swing at everything and get into contention. 12 overs done, 104 for the loss of 5, Kuwait.
So that's who's left in the hutch. Syed Muneeb can certainly hit a big ball. He'd probably be in next to 8. What a redemption story that would be if he could turn it all around. And if you look at the comparison at this stage, this could be a chance at long on. Is it going to carry? Not quite. Got there on one bounce. No real power from Yasin Patel. It's Maqsood and Ilyas again. He's everywhere at the moment.
It was a round arm action from Shakil. Not giving in any bounce whatsoever to get underneath the ball. And Maqsood and Ilyas, they're going to be doing a lot of this from now on. They need to get those big ones. That's gone up. That's gone up a long way, and I believe it's going to be in the no man's land. 2 runs in the process for Bilal.
Yeah, Bilal Tahir hits a big ball. You have to line up this matchup now. I know he's hard to get away because he's got those little round arm deliveries. He darts it in. But you're going to be hitting with whatever angle or spin that there is for Shakil Ahmed. Short enough to the leg side for the left-hander. Take him on in his last 4. Find a couple of maximums. Good enough to get it into the block hole. Good skills from Shakil Ahmed.
They have a mountain to climb here. 94 of 45 deliveries.
Oh, good skills. Right into the block hole. You can see, I think Bilal Tahir is trying to line him up, but Ahmed's been wise to it.
Who do you think is a better left-arm spinner? It's for fun. Bilal Khan or Shakil Ahmed? It has to be all smiles. It's obviously Bilal Khan.
I don't think he's a better left-arm spinner than Shakil Ahmed. I think Shakil Ahmed's a better spinner. Bilal Khan the better seamer. He's got 1 ball to go. Been an excellent over.
I'm talking about a pacer. Look how quick is Shakil bowling here. It's all smiles at the moment in the Oman camp as they're controlling this game through the bowling of Shakil. Once again in the block hole. And it's only going to be a single to long off. .92 required in 42. 13 done, 109 for 5.
Okay, 7 overs remain. Maqsood and Ilyas will bowl his 4th and final. We're going to have a slight shuffle in the commentary box. Mikhail Vaswani comes to join me. Mikhail, great to see you, my friend. Firstly, just after this ball, you might be able to give us a little bit of a quick rundown of that UAE-Cambodia game. It was fast and furious from UAE. They did what they had to.
Oh yes, they got there very fast. 76 is what Cambodia managed in 19 overs. They were bowled out by the end of it. And then in a canter, UAE got there. Mohammad Wasim, 48 in 18. Was brilliant as always.
There's number 6, Maqsood and Ilyas on fire with the ball. The left-handers haven't found a way to play him. These little off breaks just turning away from the left-hander, proving all too good. I said they have to keep him wicketless for the rest of his spell, but instead he's got another.
Oh yes, just didn't get to the pitch of the ball. Yasin Ishaq Patel has to walk back. 8 and 13 for him. Kuwait are falling apart in this chase. It's 1-1-1 for 6.
Mohammad Aslam, the captain, he's hidden himself away a little bit down at number 8. And, well, 6 overs of madness, I think, has cost Kuwait a real chance at a semi-final. And it hasn't been 6 overs of madness with the bat, it was with the ball. You won't believe this, Mikhail. I know you're across at the other ground covering that UAE-Cambodia game. 14 overs gone in the first innings. Oman were in all sorts of trouble. They were 104 for 5. That's the googly into the back of the hand. Good skills from Maqsood and Ilyas. The last 6 overs went for 96 runs in the first innings. Would you believe it?
Oh yes, I did hear about it on my way to this commentary box over here. And I believe it was Rafiullah and Ayan Khan who just got stuck into the bowling of Kuwait. What a turnaround. Oman have looked and played their part as well. It'll be 4-4 for them like Nepal. So the other two form sides going into the knockouts if they go on to win this game.
Yeah, an absolute blitzkrieg. And credit to Kuwait for the first 7 or 8 overs of this chase. They were right in it. But the wickets at Maqsood and Ilyas and that spell, 4 overs, 3 for 14. Sensational from the all-rounder. Could be in the mix again for yet another Player of the Match award. It's 1-1-2 for 6. Yeah, there's a look at the massive skyscrapers. Look towards the end. Poor old Syed Mani bowled 2 overs for 43, including 4 no balls. Mikhail, 4 free hits. It's going to be another one of the spin options. Ayan Khan. The seamers have gone the distance. The spinners have gone nowhere. The pitch may be just starting to wear a touch. Miraculous, really. We're going to have completed all 20 of the matches, given one of the most horribly inclement patches of weather the Gulf has maybe ever seen. Sensational stuff from Anoop and miraculous, in fact heroic work from them throughout the last few days. This one's hacked away into the leg side, just be a single. Great credit to them, eh?
Oh yes, heroic is the right word, Andrew, for what they've done, working overtime. Last night, particularly, Andrew, it never looked like play is going to happen for at least a couple of days. Oman City was flooded. The raindrops were so thick you would imagine that the ground would have been soaked and you would have puddles of water all around with marshy areas. But all of that put to rest. Nicely bowled. And that's why it's so wonderful that this tournament has taken shape. And 4 of the best teams, should we say, if you had to put things into perspective, have in all likelihood made it to the top 4.
Yeah, well, for vast majorities of the group stages, it didn't look likely. Oman have had a couple of big wobbles despite probably likely to go unbeaten. That's a big hit. Bilal does hit a big ball, gone many a mile all the way for 6. Ayan Khan tosses it up and Bilal says thank you very much.
Oh yes, I saw him a couple of days ago get 40 odd runs and he looked so dangerous when he was in the zone. He got 40 unbeaten runs in 23 deliveries against Bahrain. Kuwait has the depth in the batting. Unfortunately, they just lost 2-3 extra wickets here. Otherwise, they would have been in the contest. 79 of 32 with 7 wickets in hand, 8 wickets in hand. Will easily be a good, strong battle between the two.
Nicely played away. Has he got it wide enough of long off? Yes, he has. 4 more. Little salvo here from Bilal just to keep them swinging in the contest. The crazy thing is, though, Mikhail, imagine it was 170 on the board. All of a sudden, it's a completely different It'd be 45 to win off the last 5. They'd be favourites. That madness at the death. The 6th bowler combination, 2 overs of Manib, and the skipper, Mohammad Aslam, went for 75 runs. 4 overs for 75. They're going to keep fighting, though. And it's going to be 6-4-4. Mudassir Ali with a fancy piece of fielding. Well done to our co-commentator. 15 bowled, 130 for 6. Well, gorgeous scenes, the sun setting across in the distance there. Biggest over of the chase, though, has come off the bowling of Ayan Khan. He went the distance, 18 off it. They need probably 2 more big overs like that. 2 more 18s would get them half of what they need. The problem, the big problem, Mikhail, 2 of the final 5 overs are going to be bowled by Bilal Khan.
Zishan to bowl. Oh, this could be very close. The finger goes up. And out goes Captain Mohammad Aslam. Lot of turn on that one. Just trying to close his face with the bat. And Oman get their 7th.
Well, I tell you, the skipper's not had a good day. The big fan. Oh, that might just have pitched outside leg. Very close. We'll have one more look at it. Turned sharply. Was going to go on and hit the stumps, no doubt. He bowled 2 overs for 32 earlier. Wasn't too sure about his bowling choices. Now he's being cleaned up. LBW for 3. And the score, Kuwait on the slide even further. 130 for 7. Saeed Manib hits a big ball. He's going to need to. And he's looking at redemption. 2 overs, none for 43 with 4 no balls. He got it all wrong. But he has a chance. He's 29 deliveries to work with. And he's going to need to pull off something extraordinary. Remember, it's not just a win that Kuwait need. They need to win with in and around 4 or 5 balls to spare to get above Oman's net run rate. Still permutations at play, but 71 off 28. It's leaning ever so heavily in favour of the hosts.
He's captained well, and he's been a performing skipper for the side, Zishan Maqsood. Bat ball, with his changes, with his leadership, as always, he's made an impact. The leg break coming in. My mic was closed. Zishan Maqsood otherwise has been a very fine leader, performing captain, Andrew. He's made an impact with bat ball and also the changes and the combinations.
He's bowling leg breaks. It's really interesting, isn't it? I've seen him do this once or twice. Not consistently in a spell, but it's amazing how important in the modern game it is to be taking the ball away from the batter. So much so that Ilyas is now doing it every single time, and even Maqsood getting in the act. Oh, he's completely deceived him. Oh, Saeed Manib, well, maybe it's time just to pack up the gear and go home. You bowled 2 overs for 43. You've been cleaned up for 1. Maqsood has a 3rd. On this game, it's all but done.
Oh yes, just checked his shot in the end. Got a leading edge. Bilal Khan with a catch over there. Everything going Oman's way. In fact, it's Kashyap Kumar Prajapati with that pouch. Saeed Manib having a forgetful outing in the middle. It's 132 for 8. Manib departs.
Two deliveries left in Maqsood's spell. Oh, he's bowled beautifully, isn't he? He's getting it to turn and to bounce and to bite now.
Oh yes, we saw that with the dismissal of Mohammad Aslam. That ball turned a lot. He's enjoying himself. Zishan Maqsood. Nimish Latif. Oh, look at that. An appeal for an LBW. Abdul Jabbar says we can move on with the game. Just take a look at what happened. The leg spinner coming in handy once again. Oh, what a delivery. I've not seen any spinner get as much done as Zishan has got in this game. 133 for 8.
Well, Bilal Khan, he's going to come on and close things out, or attempt to. Unusually expensive in his first spell, 2 overs, none for 23. And he'll be licking his lips at a couple more wickets to add to that amazing record of picking up 100. Goes full and straight to start with, right into the block hole.
Bilal Khan, Andrew, we talk about Associate cricket, but if you just on the whole look at international cricket, I'm quite sure he's one bowler who can easily command a place in the top flight.
Yeah, I think I'd really agree. We've seen him in the Bangladesh Premier League for the first time, just getting a little taste of franchise cricket. I think certainly he's a guy who's probably been a bit underutilised. Actually asked him the other day, had a bit of a chat to him post that record, little interview, and I said, not just yourself, Bilal, would you like to see more associate players going around the leagues? And he said yes. He name-checked Dipender Singh Airi, he name-checked Mohammed Wazeem and Zohor Khan from the United Arab Emirates. We've already seen plenty of the Scottish and Dutch players get their chance, the like of Bas de Leede of the Netherlands, who had such a good year last year. George Munsey from Scotland has been getting picked up more and more often. Mark Watt, rightly so as well. There's so much talent out there. Ali Khan from the States, flying the flag for the United States. And you just think that given how much analysis is done of the game, how much data is crunched now, and how much of the associate game that is broadcast, it's not like these games are taking place behind closed doors like they used to. You'd think more and more associates would be getting gigs.
I was just coming to that as well. The exposure, the amplification of associate cricket nations having more games, more matches, player performances being monitored, just about increases the opportunity of talent scouting, and that's how players may just about land themselves good opportunities in big leagues. Gets an edge over the wicket keeper against a run of play. 4 runs for Nimish Latif.
Well, it's a beautiful delivery, isn't it? He's completely deceived the number 10. There's no bowler's union here between the fast bowler and the spinner.
In the hindsight, Kuwait, once they move back to their hotel, they will have a word that for majority part of the first innings, they were in control of this game. It is only in the last 6 odd overs where they made a mess out of it. 96 in that last 6 overs is what Oman got. Bilal Khan, and he's swinging it in still. Even with this old ball, this is the experience of Bilal Khan. Right on the money. Bilal Khan, though he has leaked some runs in the power play, clearly one of the best left-arm fast bowlers if you talk about associate nations. Number 18, the previous game against UAE, he went past that
100 mark, wickets to his name, Bilal Khan in T20 International.
Once again in the block hole, and he does that at will. This is the class of Bilal Khan. He does have a smile on his face. Wouldn't be able to realize how did that miss the stumps.
Just going past that off stump. The whole ball reverse swing on display from Bilal Khan.
Ilyas Ahmed had no chance whatsoever. At the moment they are looking for that 150 landmark. And an inside edge onto the pads will allow them to get a single and move on to 149. Premium bowler, Bilal Khan. It's a pleasure for any captain to have him in his side. Those 4 over of his, they are no match to anybody else. You might have the class, the quality of Aqib Ilyas, Zishan Maqsood in himself, Shakil Ahmed, Fayaz Butt. But Bilal Khan, such a star, premium.
A low full toss, nicely managed towards deep square leg, just a single. The best part is he can swing the ball. The new ball can generate that pace, and when it comes to the death overs, he's known for bowling those Yorkers, and that single 150 comes up for Kuwait. The last pair, Ilyas Ahmed and Bilal fighting it hard out there in the middle for Kuwait.
So much of this could be courtesy of that hard-working contribution from flicked behind square leg, and that will be a single. The behind the scenes from Dilip Mendes, His Excellency Pankaj Khimji, and all the office staff of Oman Cricket that works tirelessly to make sure that they unite the physio, and I can just keep going. I can keep counting names. They work tirelessly day in, day out to make sure that all these wonderful actions are up. And the result of that is evident. The fielding in the last 2 years have been top notch. You would see pacers diving across, something that was not evident in the 1970s, 1980s. This is going to be falling just short of long off. 19 overs done, 152 for 9, Kuwait. Fayaz Butt. He'll be bowling the final one. The equation is just out of consideration for Kuwait. If you're a Kuwaiti fan, you just don't want to see those numbers. 49 required and 6 deliveries. Into the arc, and Bilal Khan will restrict it. What do you think, Mudassir? It was a different game 50 years ago, 40 years ago, where you'd rarely see an athletic fielder in terms of a fast bowler.
I'm not sure about 70s or 80s. I'm a 90 kid. 90s, we saw Jaunty Rhodes, Mohammad Azharuddin, likes of Imran Khan, who was at 6 overs. They went bonkers, going for 96 runs the last 6 overs. When the chase started, Kuwait were in control, but all of a sudden back-to-back wickets going down. And clearly they struggled in those middle overs.
Bilal, 31 of 22. Not taking singles on the first 3 deliveries. What does he have to offer in the remaining 3? This is the last wicket for Kuwait. Slower delivery, and that's gone high up in the air. Ayan Khan is coming across and he's not going to be holding on to that. A rare mishap in the field. What an incredible performance did Ayan Khan put with the bat in the first innings, and this can be forgiven for him.
At this level you need to take those chances miles up in the air, and someone like Ayan Khan, who is one of the best fielders, not able to hold on to it. Change of pace, nicely done, rolling those fingers Fayaz, but not getting that support from the fielder.
When the day is not in your favor, it's just not in your favor. He was taken apart by Anto and Ravija. And then it was the spinners of Oman that came to the occasion. They rose up to the occasion. Just 2 runs of that over so far from Fayaz Butt. They would want to finish this, and they would want to finish this in style. Yes, they have qualified, and they're going to be finishing first, and they're going to be facing the likes of Hong Kong, China in the semi-finale. Fayaz Butt. Slower delivery, and they're not going to be picking up a single. And that'll be the end of the group stage matches. Kuwait going down by 46 runs against Oman, and what an incredible performance the home team has provided in their last league game. They're going to be winning all the 4 league games, and they're going to be qualifying into the semi-finale with a lot of confidence on their back. Contributions coming in terms of the captain and the vice captain, both standing to the occasion, building a partnership with the bat, and then when things were not working in their favor with the ball, they came to the occasion, performed consistently, picked up wickets, and that's where it matters.
The chase started, they were in control thanks to Ravija for his quick 23 of 12, Clinto adding 34 and Meet Bhavsar adding 21. Once they were back in the hit, the middle order could not contribute much. The likes of Adnan without troubling the scorer back in the hit. So was Usman Ghani managing just 5. Bilal Tahir remained unbeaten. Only positive in the middle order if we talk about the batting of Kuwait, managing 33 of 25. 9 extras have been leaked with the bowling team. In the 20 overs, they were able just to get 154 for the loss of 9.
Talking about the bowling, Bilal Khan and Ahmed Fayaz Butt were taken apart, and that's when the spinners came to the occasion. 8 wickets between them, and that's where Kuwait was strangled. 4 wickets for Zishan Maqsood for 29 and 3 wickets for Aqib Ilyas for 14. And that's where the man of the match, in my opinion, is going to be decided. Whether it's going to be Zishan Maqsood or Aqib Ilyas, or would it be Ayan Khan with that maestro of an innings of 40. It's going to be interesting to watch out for, but the bowling was a standout, and no 2 thoughts about that.
They started off really well, Ravinda and Clinto taking on the likes of Bilal and Fayaz, but they were looking dangerous at this point of time. Boundaries were easy to come, so was the maximums, and this was the wicket from Shakil Khan, the little dynamite. Excited, a much needed breakthrough has been provided.
Yes, certainly. Fayaz Butt, he was taken apart, one of those off days for him, but then he got that prize wicket. The wicket where Pratik had to contribute in style with that catch. And ever since that, they were in a lot of control. Yes, Meet Bhavsar was doing a little bit of damage, but wickets were consistently falling at the other end. And the run rate was well in control as well. A little bit of turn was on offer on a wicket like this, and that's where Aqib Ilyas and Zishan Maqsood, the captain and vice-captain duo, were making things happen and making things difficult for Kuwait. And they were, all that shot making of Kuwait was only struggling as wickets kept on tumbling. The required run rate was massive and they had nothing to lose. Hence, they continued to play the shots. Zishan Maqsood got 4 to his name. Aqib got 3. And towards the end, it was all Oman. The local flag has been flying high in this tournament. And that's the match summary and confirmation for you. ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024 here at Oman. And Oman posted 200 for the loss of 9, courtesy of that partnership to start off with between Zishan Maqsood and Aqib Ilyas, 35 and 34 respectively. And Ayan coming later in the innings with that 45 of 20. He did have the support of Rafiullah, 23 not out in 11. And in return, it was Kuwait, 154 for 9. There was a little bit of cameo from Clinto and Ravija, 34 and 23 respectively. But then the spin. Zishan Maqsood 4 for 29, Aqib Ilyas 3 for 14, Shakil Ahmed 1 for 21. They were never in the game, Kuwait. Oman have won this game by 46 runs, and that's the final confirmation, and they have qualified for the semi-finale. We will take a short break, and on the other side, it's going to be Andrew Leonard with the final presentation.
Just waiting for you guys. So very good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation for the 20th and final group game. Well, we've seen an engaging contest. It ebbed, it flowed. Kuwait were on top for large parts of that first innings, but a flying finish driven by Ayan Khan has got Oman up to 200, and it proved good enough for a 46-run victory in the end. Before we begin, we'd like to thank the Asian Cricket Council and the Oman Cricket Association for hosting this fantastic T20 tournament, and big thanks to our sponsors and our commercial partners as well, starting with our official streaming partner in India, that's FanCode. Also our official broadcast partner in Nepal, that's Kantapur TV. Our official sponsors, that's Dafa News, 1xBat and Babu 88 Sports, and our commercial partner, that's TCM. And in this final match, it was that 46-run victory that will send Oman off unbeaten to the semi-finals. We'll call on the losing captain first. That's the captain of Kuwait, Mohammad Aslam. Mohammad, commiserations. 14 overs in. You've won the toss, you've bowled first. It's 104 for 5. You have the opposition. Everything going well at that point?
Yeah, actually, because we won the toss and elect to bowl first because of, we know, little bit need to keep with the, like a 160, 170. But we tried well. I think after the 14 overs, last 6 overs, it's again went wrong with the plan and execution, with the especially our fast bowler Munib get a little bit expensive runs, so that's why we get the 200.
At that point, you'd only bowled 4 bowlers. Was that always the plan? It meant that yourself and Syed Munib, as the 6th bowler, those 4 overs went for 75. That ended up really being the difference between the teams. Was that the plan, or were you hoping to get yourself or Syed into action earlier?
Actually, we have only 2 fast bowlers only, and in between Adnan and Yasin Patel, we finished them over. But after that, definitely they have to bowl Munib 1-2 overs. So we tried. He tried best, but unfortunately not getting his mark.
The tournament campaign as a whole, you've really shown how close you are. It feels like you're pushing the likes of Oman and UAE. UAE you easily could have beaten as well. Feels like you're pushing them, but just not quite there.
Actually, in both, these big boys for us and UAE match and Oman match, all, we played well. But in point of pressure time, they not utilize that much. So we will improve with that, and next tournament we will come with it stronger, more.
What about the batting effort? All was going well at the start. You really went at it. I thought your intent in the power play was outstanding. You were ahead of the rate for the first 8 overs, but then was it just when Zishan and Akib came on you couldn't find an answer?
Yeah, actually, Clinto started well, Clinto and Ravijay. Power play we did well, but after that, Akib and Zishan bowled very well because they got the turn in the wicket also. So I hope because of that we didn't win to our target.
Okay, you've missed out in the semi-finals. What's next for you boys, and are you very much going to stay together as a group? There's lots of progression within it.
Yeah, definitely. We have now August, we have World Cup qualification in Malaysia, so we after going take some rest and we get back to again our training, and we will come stronger with in Malaysia.
Hard luck today. Always like speaking to you. Really like watching the way you boys play your cricket. Commiserations. We'll see you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, that's Mohammad Aslam, the captain of Kuwait. Time now for the player of the match decision. I'd like to call upon my presenter. That's Mr. Salim Shahid, the ACC match referee. Salim, just like to call upon you to come and present the player of the match award. Nice to see you, sir. As always, great job by you and your team in some difficult conditions today with that rain about. Special mentions today for the likes of Ayan Khan with 45 off 20. Akib Ilyas at it again with 34 off 32 and 3 wickets to his name. But he's the man for all seasons for his nation. He's the captain of his country. He took 4 for 29. He also made 35 off just 24 balls. The player of the match, it goes to Zishan Maqsood. So Zishan's going to receive his player of the match award and pose for a photo or two as well with Salim Shahid, the ACC match referee from Bangladesh. Many thanks, Salim. Many congratulations, Zishan. You were put under pressure at points today. That game probably wasn't as convincing as a 46-run victory in many ways.
Yeah, thanks to Almighty and my family and coaches, staff and the players. And yes, it is, but I think that is the win we wanted. And if you win and go to the next round in the semis, so if you win well, so that is what as a team we need. And the players come and they perform well through this game.
You had to get out of trouble though. 104 for 5 with 6 overs left. You're probably thinking 160, 170. Extraordinary finish to get 96 off the last 6.
Yeah, definitely, because when we went in and we saw the wicket is playing a little bit slow side, so that's why we didn't play full-fledged, and we just want to keep going on and at least put some score on the board, and then because the low down they can come and utilize that. So that things work for us. Jan, he played very well today. He scored 45. Then Rafiullah, he played also very well. So that is the combination we have because of the low down. They came and they performed. So that we want from them, and they came and they played well. So that is why we just played a little slow in the first half, and we just kept in the last half of that.
Yeah, very well explained. What about with the ball then? Did you always know that you had a few aces up your sleeve? The first 6, the ball was flying everywhere.
Yeah, definitely, because we knew because they will come hard on us, and we are ready for that. That's why we just did a change. We brought Shakil in for today's game, and that tactics for us it works because when both the fast ball got hammered and he came and he bring us back into the game. He took the wicket straight away, and from that on after 6 overs, I think Akib also came and he took the wicket, and everybody is putting pressure on them and bowling very well, and the fielders also, they are helping each other. So that is what because wicket is also helping us to just slow the ball and you'll get the turn. That is what we used to play here, and that is helpful for us.
Before we talk about the semi-finals, just a little quick question: are you copying Maqsood and Ilyas? I saw you rolling out a few leg breaks there as well.
Yeah, because when I was bowling to left arm against lefty, so he's easy, he's easy on me and he's playing very well. So I just want to think what else I can do. So I just did that Chinaman. So that helped me to stop them and bowl well for my team.
It came out pretty nicely, I have to say, as a former wrist spinner myself. Let's look ahead to the semi-finals. You've got Nepal taking on UAE in the morning. You'll probably enjoy watching that game, but you'll be focusing on Hong Kong, China, seeing if you can get past them. The form your team is in, there's no injury concerns. You're really confident looking ahead to Friday afternoon semi-final.
Yeah, definitely, because there is a bit of niggles everybody in the team. So like Akib, he just came back from the injury, so myself also a bit of but overall we are fully fit to play semis, and yes, that is the second game when we play, and we know how to play in the second half, and that ground is very well, and our team is playing very well. The bowlers are better, they are putting their full performance to play Asia Cup. So hopefully we'll try our best and give our best at the best time.
One final word very quickly. Would you take a rematch of that final from the Asia qualifier in November? Would you take Nepal against Oman again? What a game it was, the super over that you triumphed in.
Yeah, definitely, but not that super over. But I think if we play any team, we want good cricket and good match on that day, and who plays well win the game.
Zishan, you and your team are outstanding today. Many congratulations. Looking forward to watching you on Friday.
Thank you very much.
Okay, it's Zishan Maqsood. It's going to wrap up our coverage today. The most beautiful sunset is panning across to our right. It's been 20 games that we've broadcast, all from the group stages, but there's 4 massive ones to come. We've got a day off tomorrow. It's much needed for us all. Please come and join us on Friday. Those 2 semi-finals, I'll remind you, Nepal taking on UAE at 10 a.m. and in the afternoon fixture, it'll be Oman versus Hong Kong, China at 2:30. We've so much to look forward to. It's been a brilliant tournament thus far. It's going to get even better. We'll see you on Friday. Don't